Okay, here we are back in Legend Heroes, Trails of Cold Steel 4. Where last left off, Aryan Road bit the dust, and now we're going to move forward with the storyline. I doubt there's going to be a lot of voice acting here, so I need a little while to rest, and we're ready to do some lines. So I don't know if this part's going to be like one video or two, depends on how many areas they have us going around talking to people, but it's a pattern. Hopefully you guys have caught on to it by now. Half a day passed in the blink of an eye. 5 towering spires had appeared throughout Erebonia, as well as a massive floating stronghold. At first, the people fell into a panic, but announcements from the Imperial government eventually calmed their unrest. And so, though some did so with exhausted resignation, and others with an eerie sort of excitement, all turned to face tomorrow's coming war. Those on the Courageous Two quickly sent out emergency messages to all their allies. Together they worked tirelessly, attempting to make sense of the situation as much as possible. As a result, they concluded that the ancient floating fortress had appeared as part of the final stage of the Empire's curse. Its powerful energies would further twist and warp the people's minds in order to drive them to endless war and bloodshed. In addition, the true nature of the numerous white spires was instantly clear to those with ties to the church. They were nearly identical to the Salt Pail, the product of a singularity and the cause of the Northumbrian disaster 28 years ago. It was hypothesized they were created from residual matter of the original Salt Pail that had remained underground. However, unlike the original Salt Pail, these new ones did not convert their surroundings to salt. Rather, they appeared to be spiritually linked to the floating fortress. A multi-layered barrier was also observed surrounding the fortress with initial analysis, revealing it to be completely impenetrable. Operation Jormungand showed no signs of slowing, but the resistance represented by Mille Mirage was also gathering momentum. Calvert, Laboral, and Remifury mustered their forces along with support from the Viceland army. The time for the continent's two great powers to clash drew nearer and nearer, with the fate of the world hanging in the balance. So there's a book there we need to get if we can head over there. Oliver, Rean, and the rest of the Radiant Wings would not stand idly by and watch fate unfold, however. As they were trying to decide their best course of action, they received an unexpected message from an old friend. It was George. He had called to fill them in on what was happening. The massive object that appeared over the Osgiliath Basin was an ancient superweapon of the Gnomes, the Tuatha De Danann, otherwise known as the Imperial Fortress. It was an airborne structure from before the Great Collapse that had been hidden away in a space-time distortion caused by the Great One's birth. For the past millennium, the Gnomes had been carrying out large-scale renovations on the fortress. It had been converted to connect the Pales and interface with the curse through them, turning it into the ideal stage for the rivalry of the Seven. It was there that they intended to hold the final rivalry once the Great Twilight had reached its climax. All for the sake of reforging the Great One. However, though it was faint, a single spark of hope yet remained. The members of the Radiant Wings gathered together, joined by key personnel from Mille Mirage, and together they began devising an all-or-nothing plan to combat the dire situation before them. And so it was that on the eve of the clash between Jormungand and Mille Mirage, a third operation was born. Your course of action aside, all those involved gather together at a certain location in Crossbell. Is it the park? It's the park, isn't it? It's totally the park. That'd be the reason why they gave us so many of those areas earlier, because they'd reuse them right here and now. The Eve of War. Well, someone broke the clock. Our story is that it was like that when we got here. Never really noticed that the huggy times apparently do blink. That's kind of weird. This would be Roselia. Guess we're giving the robots a day off or something.
I think it turned out very well. Thanks for your help, everyone.
It's not half bad if I do say so myself. Good work.
We should be thanking you guys. You're the ones who did the heavy lifting.
I still find it pretty hard to believe you were able to make a barrier over all of Mishelam.
It's something that could only be accomplished through combining the witch's spells, our stigmas, and the Merkaba.
Not to mention the raw power of 2 divine knights.
And then we were able to convert the Pantagruel's orbal energy into mana to sustain the barrier.
Ha ha ha! Such beautiful teamwork! If we can do something like this, the sky's the limit!
We ain't exactly here for a team-building exercise, you know.
In any event, the barrier should hold. At least for tonight.
It'll be able to absorb a few hits from any railway cannon shots that come our way. Not that we'll need to worry much about them, given they'll be busy with the war for the time being.
I'm sure as far as the Chancellor is concerned, we're simply some minor rabble beneath his notice.
He probably sees us as nothing more than the opening act to the Great Twilight.
Opening act nothing. Doesn't he know we're the main event?
Oh, hey there, everyone. Good to see you guys.
How are your rooms? Did you drop off all your things already?
Yeah. Honestly, I was blown away by how ritzy this place is.
I can't believe we have it all to ourselves. Right? Even locals like us don't get many chances to stay here.
The last time was when Maribel invited us after the trade conference.
Oh, man. That seems like it was 100 years ago.
Thinking back, it's kind of a bittersweet memory.
We still had a lot of fun, though!
Looking around, we've got quite the crowd here now.
Yeah, and a lot of us are from Thor's, too.
We might as well live it up then. This is our last night before everything goes down, after all.
You're right. Tomorrow's when everything will be decided.
Our future rests on the success of Operation Shining Steel. Though honestly, it's still a pretty dicey plan.
So, this is Operation Shining Steel then?
After reviewing the whole plan like this, it seems more reckless than it does bold.
We may not have much margin for error, but I think this could actually work.
So basically, we're gonna get a bunch of teams to raid all the salt pails at once, put them out of commission, and then have the Courageous 2 charge into the fortress while its barrier is down. That about sum it up?
Yes, but there's little chance that things will go so smoothly. I'm sure we'll have a number of unforeseen circumstances to deal with. Our top priority, however, is making sure the Divine Knights and Class 7 get to the target.
That's right. So even if something goes awry and the Courageous 2 is unable to land, we can continue with the plan. As long as Rean and the others can successfully board the fortress in time, we still have a chance.
Our foes will try to end the rivalry of the Seven as the Great Twilight reaches its climax. If we manage to seize control of the rivalries before then, however, we may be able to prevent them from achieving their goals.
At this point, they think they've already won. It's likely they'll welcome Instructor Rean since they need him to finish the rivalries. And that will be our chance.
That's all fine and good, but what about the salt pails? One glance and you could tell they're bad news. They're giving off one hell of an ominous vibe.
Yes. They seem to be pulsing with energy from the lower planes. And this same energy is what's letting them act as singularities, making them nearly impregnable.
Further, given the devils that have been appearing all over lately, I get the feeling we may find even worse things protecting each of the pails.
Yes. It's something we'll need to be prepared for.
Well, if we know what we gotta do, then all that's left is to go do it.
That's right. It's our turn now.
You can leave one of the salt pails to the Liberal team. We just gotta decide on which of us is going.
Same for us in the SSS. As members of the Radiant Wings, let us help clear a path for you and the others.
Estelle, Lloyd, everyone.
Aw, you guys.
Guess we should have seen this coming, huh?
You can count on us, too.
Duvali. Are you sure?
Yes. Since my lord's passing, I've managed to clear my mind a bit.
The time has come for the Stahlritter to unite once more, to see our Lord's will done.
Our Lord saw fit to grant you her power. It's our duty to carry her torch to light your way.
All of you.
Don't forget to save some seats for us, huh? We'll be teaming up with those Stalritter gals, if that's okay.
The boss would have wanted as much from us.
Zeno, Leo.
Sheesh. This is one hell of a lineup.
In that case, you can add Sharon and me to the list of volunteers.
As maid of the Reinford family, I would be honored if you would allow me to fulfill this particular role.
Angie! You too, Sharon?
Lady Angelica and I have also suffered at the hands of our foes. After careful discussion, we have decided it would only be appropriate to return the favor.
From what I hear, Lieutenant Colonel Mueller will be returning to the Courageous 2 tomorrow. I figured I'd leave the steering up to the expert, so I can get back to kicking some ass.
Sharon, Angelica. Then you can count me in too.
Can't let you do that, Toa. We need you here. You've got both the Courageous 2 and the entire operation to look after.
Angelica's right. I'd very much prefer you to remain at your post.
I'll be on the bridge as well. But even then, I suspect we'll have our hands full manning the air defenses.
Understood. There's no need for concern, Toa. We're all in this together. Every one of us has their own part to play. Thank you, both of you. But still, we can't just send them out by themselves.
Then I guess you'll just have to let me join them.
Huh, so that's why you two were acting weird.
I'm sure you must think I have no right to come back like this. I can't possibly make up for everything I've done. But I'm going to help anyway. Because I'd rather not get the same failing marks Franz did.
George.
So that makes 3. Not as many as I'd like, but...
Then allow me to lend you a hand.
Grandmother.
I fulfilled my duty as a witch, and Leanne has passed. Now that I have played my part, I may as well bloom one final time for you young folk. Were we to add my strength to that of the Ragnar girl, a former gnome, and the Reinford maid, would that be sufficient?
That'd be more than enough. But if it's possible, I'd prefer to have the curvier version of you come with us.
Angie, I don't think now's really the time.
It would be our pleasure to have you accompany us, Lady Roselia.
For crying out loud.
We now have 4 groups. Our forces have expanded considerably.
But what about the last pail?
You can leave that one to me.
Principal Le Guin!
Aren't you supposed to be focusing on all that meal mirage stuff?
Certainly. But the plan has always been to leave the first day of the operation in Wallace's hands. I'll be taking over tomorrow, once the war begins in earnest.
Lieutenant General Bright anticipates that both sides will spend the first day scouting, with perhaps a few light skirmishes at best. Presumably, General Van Dyke will mobilize the Imperial Army with a similar mindset.
All bets are off once that second day hits, however. Odds are, all 8 battlefronts will erupt into all-out carnage at about the same time.
The Imperial Army will likely be forced to a halt in both Liberal and Remiferia. You can expect they'll deploy their strongest armored divisions, the 3rd and 4th included, at that time.
Yeah, I thought that might be the case.
And the reason you're helping us out is so things don't get to that point, right?
Perhaps. It should be a suitable warm-up for the decisive battle to come at least. Though, of course, I won't be going it alone.
It's as the General says. We too will be assisting you. For the first day, anyway.
This will be my final duty as head of the Arcade School. I shall prove us worthy in succeeding the Sandblock name.
I don't know if I measure up to these 3, but this is as good a chance as any to make up for all the time I lost.
Father! Toval!
I had a feeling Vita would show up to help.
Can't pass up a chance to hog the spotlight, huh, Vita?
Show 'em what you can do, Zero Artisan.
Thank you. We couldn't be more lucky to have the four of you with us. That goes for the rest of you, too. Estelle, Lloyd, Duvalie, Angelica, Sharon, each and every one of you.
Indeed. And with that, I hereby declare Operation Shining Steel officially underway. We fly tomorrow at noon, as Mille Mirage and the World Serpent begin their clash.
We'll be rendezvousing with the rest of our allies in Mishelam later today. This may be the last time we're all together, so we're planning to have a small celebration of sorts. We were hoping all of you could join us.
Okay, 20 minutes later, we can finally talk again. It would seem everything is coming along quite nicely. Yeah, this is the last place I expect to spend the night before war. Still can't believe your dad booked the whole hotel out for us, and on a discount, too. Well, they weren't going to have any customers otherwise. It was kind of a win-win situation, really. I see. In other words, Mishi has no choice but to entertain me for as long as I crave. Okay, Teotot, have some pity on the poor chump inside him, will ya? I just wish Noel, Risha, and Shizuku could have made it, too. Yeah, but at least we can look forward to seeing them after all this is over. Besides, Yona, Sully, and Cecile should be arriving any moment now. Oh, and it may please you to know, my father's operation was a success. So I've heard. They say he's already started to come around, too. Really? Already? Wow, that's great news. His Majesty has been on all of our minds. That he has. This should help bring some hope back to the people. What a wonderful relief, right, Olivier? Quite so. I'll never be able to thank Dr. Sandlin enough.
Sorry we're late.
Mueller? I had no idea Father and Toval would be coming. It's good to see you again, Duvalie. What happened to Lady Knights 2 and 3? They're running a bit late. The same applies to the two from Zephyr. Okay. Patrick came all this way, too. Indeed, I shall be supporting Operation Shining Steel from the field. I plan to visit His Majesty on behalf of my father as well, should time permit. I'm sure he'd appreciate that. We should request an audience with the Emperor ourselves, no? Probably, but it might be kind of tough to. That aside, we have yet a few more arrivals to introduce, ones that proved a tad more troubling to arrange. Come on, you guys, no need to be shy.
Pardon us. It's good to see you all again.
Dad, what are you doing here? George, so you came too. Like I said on call, I still don't know if I really deserve to be here. But once the operation starts tomorrow, I won't be moving out with anyone here other than Angie. I get how selfish this might sound, but I just wanted to see you all one last time. George, you big dumb lug. Yeah, what a soppy idiot. But he's our soppy idiot. George. What a soft-hearted disciple I found myself. You guys are just as melodramatic as Class 7 is. I'm surprised you managed to make it here, Mr. Bright. It's more than surprising, it's practically unbelievable. Does that mean you're all done preparing for Mille Mirage, then? That's right, I'd like to say all is well, but that may be a bit preemptive. All in all, I'd put our chances at 60% against us. Though with General Van Dyke as our opponent, even that level of optimism may be misplaced. I see. We believe in you, Father. Yes, we're very grateful for all you've been doing. Though my work as commander of tomorrow's operations has ceased for tonight, I thought perhaps I'd come and visit to wish you every success in Operation Shining Steel, to see where I might lend you our aid, and to attend to one other particular matter as well. How serendipitous is that our proposed imbibement should arrive so soon. We do have a few guests we're still waiting on, but what say we all head to our venue for now? Sure thing, Grandfather finished preparing the guest house for us earlier. Speaker McDowell did all that just for us. It's very kind of him. I'll have to take the opportunity to thank him in person. Well, what are we waiting for? Let the celebration begin. And thus, in the guest house of Mishelam's Villa grounds, did the send-off party for Meal Mirage commence. Class 7's new and old sat among their fellow instructors, alumni, and classmates. The Liberally Embracers, the Special Support Section, members of the Septian Church and Hexam clan alike, and even those visiting from Calvern and Remiferia, had all come as one to join the festivities. Together they mingled, if only for tonight, enjoying food and conversation in the warm comforts of camaraderie. Laughs were exchanged on the eve of war as they each shared in their hopes of what the morning would bring. And then... Seems everyone's still got plenty of party left in them. Night's still young after all, plus we have the whole park to ourselves too. That reminds me, why don't you give us a performance, Elliot? Yeah, I've still got goosebumps from the last time I heard that violin of yours. Really? I mean, I'd love to, but where would I even play? Hey, wait a minute, where did Eustace run off to? I believe he went to go find Milliam earlier. That does sound like something he might do. This is their last night together after all. Yeah. Looks like George and Jellica are gaining some time alone themselves. That said, don't you guys have any special summons of your own you should be spending the evening with? Quality guy time is great and all, but tonight could be the night, you know? Okay, we all see what you're getting at. They do have a point, though. Yeah, now he's got me thinking. Well, I know a certain guy who's got more to think on than all of us combined. Indeed, rather irritating when you put it that way. Why are you all looking at me? Congrats, Lloyd, you're not the most clueless guy in the room for once. I'm nowhere near as bad as him, at least I have some self-awareness. I'd say you're about the same, but Rean does have quite a few more options. But that's easy for you to say, lover boy. In any case, it's just as you said, this may very well be our final night. You especially have more than a few things to make clear tonight. Yeah, but you had a ton of girls confess their love to you as it is already. Well, either way you want to wake up tomorrow with any regrets. Indeed, you should let a certain someone know how you feel, no matter where those feelings may lie. Patrick. You're right, I know what I have to do. You'll have to give her your answer sooner or later. He's right, tonight may be the best chance you'll get. Anyway, let's go enjoy whatever evening we got left. Should be plenty for us to do between the beach and the park. The also keeping the stores here in the center open for us too. There's still a lot of fun to be had with or without that special gal. Before I forget, my father had something he wanted to tell you, Rean. You should go and see him when you get the chance. Yeah, sure thing. Anyway, you guys have a good time out there. We will. See you later. I've been trying to keep my role as the sacrifice out of my mind, but Crow was right. I don't want to end this with any regrets. I'll need to find the opportunity to speak with Cassius too. And with Valabar, now that we finally can again, I assume they're just talking about talking. Then there's the tickets His Highness gave me. I may as well use them while I can. I'll have to make sure to give everyone here my thanks, and of course get my feelings out in the open. Eventide, Night of Promises. 5 Mishelam Wonderland tickets. These special tickets can be used during the send-off party. You can participate in various attractions with the special companion of your choice. You can deepen bonds like normal bonding events. Choosing a member you've formed a close bond with may trigger a special event in the future. The companion you can invite changes depending on the attraction, so use your tickets wisely. You can progress through the main storyline once you use all 5 tickets and seen all major events. Receive Duvley's 2 costumes. Milliam, George, Roselia, and Duvley notes. Let's start out on the wharf. So we haven't been able to do the Guardian thing since we literally just got the Pearl Glass a little while ago. It's probably be like 2 videos for you guys, maybe. I assume that's probably like the last day type thing. Good evening, everyone. We have no events planned for the wharf, but don't let that stop you from enjoying the pleasant night breeze, beautiful skyline, and Crossbell. This day is getting real tense lately. I guess Illumina will do that, huh? Just hope it doesn't upset Mimi too much. Oh, there's a cat here. Hey there, little gal. You hungry? Sounds like a yes to me. I think there should be a fishing spot nearby. What say we try and catch you something to eat? I don't remember what's what. Have a trout. Here you go, little gal. Eat up. There we are. You like that, don't you? Give us a ticket. A Mishelam special ticket? So just a little way of saying thanks, maybe? Well, in that case, I humbly accept. That's the Mafioso's cat if you did not play the Crossbell games. There we are. You like that one, huh? Lecter bribed it with a fish in Zero. I don't know what anything happened with it in Azure. Hey, Rean, come to check out the jetty? Yeah, I feel like I need to cool down a little. I take it you two did the same? Yes, although we didn't come together, we only just ran into each other a little while ago. The city looks so beautiful at night. I used to love looking out at all the lights when I worked at St. Ursula Hospital. Sounds to me like you made Crossbell your second home. I feel a little nostalgic myself. This northerly wind brings back memories of Nord. It feels familiar somehow. Is that right? Guys, listen, tomorrow's going to be the greatest challenge we've ever faced. We've got to meet that challenge with all we have to protect every place we've ever called home. Agreed, and all the people we love. That's right. Okay, now I'm really confused. Are Guys and Lindy dating now, or are they just really good friends? Rean? Are you still with us, Rean? Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to space out. Either way, it's none of my business. I didn't even work at St. Ursula for a full year, but it still has a special place in my heart. Everyone has something they want to keep safe, that's why we have to give it our all tomorrow. This northern wind reminds me of home, but I suppose I have 2 homes, don't I? I'll lay everything on the line tomorrow for both my family afar and my friends right here. Tonight's been really great so far. I can tell you guys have been living it up yourselves, huh? Yeah, definitely, but aren't you on the clock? Well, it's just how it's gotta go. I've been swamped, so I'm way behind on getting up to speed with all my contacts. But I'm hanging in there. It's nothing for you to worry about. Oh, and by the way, I've got high hopes for Operation Shine Steel on RN too. I want us to live through yet another tragedy. I hope tonight gives you the strength to put an end to all this. Thank you. Could he be? I'd kind of like to talk to him some more if the chance ever arises.
Oh.
It really is beautiful out here. Countless stars dyeing the sky, and countless lanterns drifting the waves. Nothing like a few good casts on a summer night, huh? By the way, Annabelle, I wanted to thank you. I never expected you to stick with me all this way. Don't be silly. I'm helping you because I want to. You don't need to worry about me. Yeah, I guess you're right, but I still need to tell you something about what I have to do as a graduate of Thor's. This world of lazy lions and idle knights is worth risking anything to protect, even my life. What I'm trying to say is, this might be the last time we meet. Kenneth? I'm sorry, we've been through so much together. But no one knows how this war will play out. We need to go back home where it's safe, first thing tomorrow morning. But you, Kenneth, I can't. I'm not going to say goodbye to you, Kenneth, I won't. I didn't stick with you all this time just to wish you a nice death. I know I was just here for the ride at the start. I don't have the same strong convictions you have. But here's what I am going to say, something I never had the heart to before. I can't just follow behind you forever, I get that. So just promise me this, Kenneth. Promise me that you'll come home safely because how else could we go on a cross-continent fishing trip together? You messed it up. You're supposed to tell him how you feel. I'm not sure I should be spying on this tender moment. Though I guess she didn't quite hit the mark anyway. So we get a Kenneth note. Annabelle, I'm sorry for what I said before, but I really do like the idea of a continent-wide fishing tour. I'll work hard to make it a reality. It's going to be a ton of fun. That's great. No, it's not. This is all wrong. I guess I should be grateful he wants to come on the trip, but still. I can feel Annabelle's distress from here. Hope those two can figure things out. Looking forward to this. Gotta make it through tomorrow in order to keep my promise to Annabelle after
You sure do like this, huh, Rean?
So I gave up the rainbow thing. What was... Oh, yeah, we have tons of those. It's just a stupid power potion. So, pearl glass worth of Mercuria Balm. I have 11 of those, so I'm just gonna...
Tight lines out there!
I always mess up when it matters most. Such a pity. Still a trip with Kenneth. Just the thought has me excited. So let's go over here and talk to the machine. Why is this a key event? Hey, Velimar, it's good to see you. You as well, Rean. The cusp of the Great Twilight may soon be upon us. This evening is still as lovely as ever. Yeah, it really is. Now that they mention we had an evening just like this 2 years back. How coincidental, I was just thinking exactly the same. I know I said this already, but I really am glad you're back to your old self again. I'm just sorry that I couldn't do anything to help. I too will say something I have already said many times before. You needn't worry. My past awakeners have all experienced their share of agony and hesitation, and yet each of them continue to persevere in spite of it. You, Rean, are no different than they. I guess, but wait. When you say past awakeners, that includes Emperor Dragles, right? Was he like me too? Naturally so. I have finally managed to recover the whole of my memories, you see. Though because I fell asleep not long after the War of the Lions, the Dragles I remember was only a prince. It is both amusing and gratifying to learn that the hopeless optimist I once knew is today praised as the father of the Renaissance. I'll bet it is. So, what do you think of him now, then? The measure of a man differs, of course, from youth to middle age, but the color of his soul remains the same. I sense no trace of him being manipulated by a Schmelga. I see. Thanks, Velimar. I think I'm ready to face him no matter how things turn out. And when I do, it's up to me, no, up to all of us to stop him. That pleases me to hear. It also makes me realize just how much you've grown, Rean. I still have a long way to go, and without the luxury of time. Tomorrow's the day that decides it all. I'm kind on you, partner. As will I. My power is yours. By the way, did Ordine already go back to the Courageous too? No, he decided to covertly scout the area just in case. I plan to relieve him of his patrol soon. I appreciate it. Give him my thanks as well, okay? I shall. And with that, we're done on the wharf. So now we need to hit up the shops. Due to the number of people here, I think hitting the shops up first is better so I don't lose track of everyone. Yeah. So we'll start with this one. Brilliant timing, Rean. You have to hear this. Seems Clayson had gone and bought this place too, and Hugo's here going on about an inspection and work and all. Well, as long as I'm in the neighborhood, why wouldn't I? We're re-examining our business policy, so I need to get a better grasp on how our subsidiaries do things. Check out the tryhard over here. Ever the businessman, eh, Hugo? Businessman or no, though, I'm glad to have you here offering your support to your fellow Thor students. Means a lot to have you with us, Hugo. Feelings mutual, and I'll be doing everything I can to help. It's the least I could do after all I put you through. It's a relief to see you're coming to your senses at last. At least I know I wasn't wasting my time. It does my nut in that I cannot even escape Claystoke Amusement Park, though. Don't tell me you're jealous, Becky. If your association lacks proper funding and influence, you've no one to blame but yourself. You what? Who'd be jealous of you, you mad numpty? I mean, sure, it'd probably be fun to break into live shows and merchandising, but you and Becky make for quite the pair. Good to see Hugo's back in form, at least. He's been a real help, too. Safe to say things will be taking a turn tomorrow, for the better starting tomorrow. And then that's a repeat, we get the Becky note. Well, I'm not about to deny that Becky helped me out this time. That's why I'm allowing her to join me in this inspection. I'm feeling especially generous. Maybe I'll even teach her a few things about running a business in the process. You think I need advice from the likes of you? I'm doing just fine on my own. Well, if it isn't the Craigs. Checking out what the stores have to offer? Yeah, it's just nice to get away for a little, too. It's been a while since Fiona and I actually got to spend any time together. It really has. Maybe I'll pick something out for you. Some little charm to keep you safe. Fiona, sure, I'd like that. I know what you're thinking, that you can handle it yourself, that you don't need your big sister taking care of you anymore. But I still worry, so promise me you'll stay safe, Elliot. That goes for you too, Rean. Of course, Fiona, I promise. Me too, you can count on that. Nightheart promised to see me later today. He and Father will soon have to go into battle. I want to give Nightheart a charm to keep him safe. What should it be? Guess I made Fiona worry a lot. Maybe I should give her something nice to make up for it. It's a great idea, Elliot. It's nice that they care about each other and to give them gifts. So there's 4 different Mishies there. I'm also looking at some of the pictures down here. I assume that's supposed to be like a puzzle or something. Hey, check it out. A ride-along Mishi. Some of our clients' natural beauty rivals the spectacular beauty of our gems. The right gemstone will heighten that elegance. Human hands can create brilliance. So we have, something for Aurelia. Machette plush, pendulums, special issue. Oh, we can cash out for the full 21 here. So that reminds me, let's go do all of our note stuff and see where we're at.
Now,
this is the one that I'm not sure I'm going to be able to fully attain.
Oh, wow.
So you have to choose between a lot of the relationship events and character notes and stuff. I'll send you your reward. 60% info, Thor's Unity. Wow, we're ways off. Like, unless there's a lot coming here...
What do you have for me?
I don't think I'm going to be getting any higher than that. You don't have enough for a reward yet. Get back to me when you got some more, okay? Screw you, monk.
Let me take a look. Wow, this is very impressive.
You'll receive your reward shortly. 4 Vitality Droplets, Thor's Unity. I thought you got Master Quartz for those, but I must have missed too many or something. That's the hotel. That's right, we need to start doing the recipe stuff now that I think about it. Jeez. I heard everything from Matthew. It'd be a great honor to serve the Ashen Chevalier. You saved many lives on Crossbow after the conflict spurred on by our annexation. As a small token of my gratitude, I'll prepare some dishes using the finest ingredients available. You really don't have to do that. I'm just glad I was able to help. I'll take you up on that anyway, though, thanks. Aged filet steak. No telling what I'm gonna need or not need. So I'm gonna leave Victor alone because I don't know if he and Cassius are gonna trigger something. Alright, here's the success of the rehearsal performance and the special joint issue of the Crossbell Times. Cheers. Cheers. That was way more work than I thought it'd be. I mean, we did end up working across 4 different media outlets to get the word out. The Imperial Chronicle, the Crossbell Times, Imperial Chronicle Radio, and Radio Trist all working together. Must be the most ambitious crossover event in media history. Really grateful for all your help. It feels like a lifetime since we last got to put a new issue out. It was my pleasure. I get the feeling the censors won't be too pleased with some of the articles, though. We'll be fine. Between the war starting and the whole fortress situation, no one's going to have time to raise a stink about our paper. Yep, whatever happens, happens. Besides, can't we say the same about our little plan for tomorrow? Yeah, I guess we can. One more toast then, the success of Operation Ultimate Journalist tomorrow. Cheers. Glad to see them all in high spirits. Sounds like they had some kind of plan in place knowing these nights probably going to be something outrageous. So we get the Vivi note. Gains and boozing you after a hard day at work is pure bliss. Seem to be enjoying it, but you're barely old enough to drink. Be safe and make good choices, alright? Don't worry, Rean, I know my limits. I only push a little past them when I'm trying to get Lindy drunk. I cannot approve of that. By the way, look at where we are now. The power of cooperation, huh? Really glad I joined the Imperial Chronicle team. Tomorrow it's back to work writing mind-blowing articles that'll get everyone talking. I'll look forward to reading them. Tomorrow's going to be critical for us, so we're firing on all cylinders. By the way, Radio Trist is set to broadcast that special episode of the radio drama we helped out with, just to sort of set the stage. And they're doing it tonight at 9. Hope you're looking forward to it, Rean. If by looking forward to it you mean terrified I messed everything up, then I'll be absolutely looking forward to it. This is one grand party, biggest one I've seen since the Pandit rule. Here we don't have many guests from other countries, though. Well, there's plenty of eminent participants anyway, from a legendary witch to a prince who was formerly presumed dead. Oh, and while we're at it, would the Thor's hero like to make an official comment about the event? You mean me? If you're okay with a very brief one, I can put something together later. Awesome, thanks. Tomorrow I'll be working on something in collaboration with the Imperial Chronicle. I'll take a short break first, and then sit down to finish my other write-ups. Don't forget about that comment you promised. Don't worry. I gave in too easily, oh well. I can let Grace have it her way this time. Rosalia, that's a different look for you. Surprise, this is my true form. The area within the barrier is rich in mana, and tonight's a full moon which amplifies its effects even further. I'm truly in my element. Clearly. And you invited Dooley to come drinking with you? I don't usually indulge in alcohol, but this is a special case. I wanted to drink a toast to my lord's memory. Leanne could really put him away. In that case, I'd be disrespectful not to follow suit. That goes for you too, Schwarzer. Join us for a cup. This is my lord's favorite herbal liqueur, the finest drink to ever come out of Legram. Leanne's favorite, huh? I'd be honored to try some. Took the glass from Dooley and drank the contents down to 1 gold. Wow, the fragrance is really distinctive. Kinda tickles the back of your sinuses. Doesn't it just? I like that it just doesn't go straight to your head or make you nauseous either. You can thank the medicinal effects of the herbs for that. I like something heavier for a night out, but this is a great little palate cleanser. The sun takes me back to 250 years ago, for better or worse. Jekyll's preference was always for hard liquor, of course. I'd believe it. The fact that I can appreciate alcohol, vegetables, and other delicacies in this form is an unexpected bonus. Alright, let's make the most of tonight. When you're in that form, even your tastes are more mature. Can't get around that way. The herbal liqueur my lord loves so much, never thought I'd find it here. As one would expect of a traditional flavor passed down for 250 years, it tastes truly exceptional. She helped me out with all sorts of things in my role as an Anguisse. I'm gonna miss that woman. Wait, Instructor Knight, are you here too? That question answers itself, Schwarzer. General Craig ordered me to get the lay of the land, so I thought I'd drop by. I'll have to return to my duties come dawn, of course. That's right, the 4th Division's moving out tomorrow. This may be the last time we ever see each other. Come on, Mueller, don't talk as though we're marching into the jaws of death. We're both making it back. We each have reasons we can't afford not to, right? I can't argue that. You two are so cool I can hardly stand it. Just look at you macho military men. And this heartwarming, manly friendship you two have going, it's all too much. Instructor Thomas, I didn't mean to ask, what are you even doing here? Is that obvious? As a former Thor's instructor, I merely wanted to give my regards to my old colleague, Instructor Neidhart. Oh dear, did I interrupt a beautiful moment between these two? I did, didn't I? I can see it on your faces. No, not at all. While you're here, Thomas, it might be worthwhile to go over your part in the operation as well. Oh, no, that's alright. Carry on, just pretend I'm not here. Easier said than done. He just can't resist stirring things up. It looks like Neidhart has plans to dine together after this, just the two of them. I've got plans with the frivolous fool myself in a bit, but still, Thomas certainly seems to be quite interesting. The two of you found that special someone, though. What I wouldn't give to be able to say the same. You better make sure you take care of that tonight, too, Rean. I'll do what I can. At any rate, it appears the 4th may also start deploying tomorrow. It may not be strictly appropriate for me to say this, Schwartz, but I do look forward to seeing your tactics in action tomorrow. So... who's walking? You. A lot of people from all walks of lives are coming to visit us today. Students, soldiers, journalists, even some I can't place. Wonder what they're up to. Can't say I'm not curious, but... Can't believe we get to eat as much as we want all for free. This is real high-class stuff, and nothing on the menu is off limits either. This is even better than the party at Orcus Tower. Is this heaven? This must be heaven. Are you sure it's alright for me to join you? Of course, we're all Thor students, we may as well be friends. You guys might want to cut the small talk, though. This place may be all you can eat, but our time here is limited. We've got a big day ahead of us tomorrow, we need to be fully fueled up for it. Yeah, it's not like we're gonna get another chance to chat out like this. You're right, my body's going to need the energy if I'm gonna bulk up. I'm not entirely sure it's possible to overeat and keep food in reserve like that. This is quite the eventful table. When Kairi invited me, I imagined an informal dinner with a lighthearted atmosphere. I was really caught off by surprise. Maya's so fired up, but so am I. I got a message from Cindy on my Arcus a little while back. It was an invitation to go with him and some others to visit the amusement park tonight. Thought that was a little sudden. They'll probably have plenty of fun without me anyway. Plus, I wouldn't want to, well, get in the way. I should at least text back to thank him for the invitation, I guess. There's so much I want to try, but there's no way I'll be able to finish it all. Don't worry, I've got you. Order whatever you like and let me worry about finishing it. Thanks, Maya. Now let's see. Hope this place is fully stocked up on ingredients. So, the thing I wanted to check real quick is the recipe book. There's 2 left. Hey girls, doing a little window shopping? More than that, we decided to pick out some clothes and accessories for each other. Actually, we could use your input on something, Instructor. Don't you think Elise's outfit is a little too demure? I mean, her clothes have always been all kinds of elegant, but they're just so safe. Again, Muse? I told you over and over that super showy clothes don't suit me. I don't know about that. I think it would be great for you to branch out and find your own style, Elise. Really, Rean? There's no harm in trying something new, after all. Now into the fitting room with you. We're going to put together a brand new outfit for a brand new you. Alright, we should check some of our Mariage Crosses stuff, too. I can pick out my own underwear, thank you very much. You've got some interesting friends, Elise. Let's start with something really sexy. Nice idea, I want to see something cute, too. I think we should try at least one thing that's a little more masculine. Princess Muse, please don't treat me like your personal dress-up doll. And they repeat that. In here. I must admit your sense of fashion is impeccable. Not too many people can match their eyes to the color of their outfit this well. Using black as a base color really adds a professional touch to the ensemble. I know you didn't ask, but your ensemble is just fabulous. Thank you. I'm always looking for up-and-coming designers. The one to watch right now is Colette. She's a designer for Fancy Brand. She's lacking experience right now, but I know that she's just going to make some amazing pieces when she gets some more training. Guess Colette's really made some waves since her days at Thor's. She's on the Arc Royale with other main campus students right now, helping out with the battle strategies. Can't wait to see how her brand develops in the future. She kinda needs to work on the name, but you know. Rider boots we already have. These are all kind of crappy for this. Yeah, those are way, way, way obsolete. Okay. Let's start over here and just work our way across. That's right, Mishelam Wonderland was rented out for a private party tonight. I felt so fancy-free coming out of the villa grounds, too. There are far too many children meandering about. Perhaps they're on a field trip. But to rent out the entire resort, what kind of school could even be capable of that? It's been quite some time since the entire swimming club got together. Yeah, maybe the first time we've ever done so outside of practice. Well, at a place like this, I figure the bigger the group, the bigger the fun, right? Where do you want to hit first, Allie? The beach? The park? I think I'd like to hit the food stalls. Maybe we should do that after the horror coaster. Getting spooked might help us build up an appetite. Sure, sounds good to me. The horror coaster, I must admit, just thinking of it sends a little chill up my spine. It's all part of the fun. Altina's gonna be around the park with a swimming club, huh? Glad to see she's finally comfortable enough to go have fun with her friends. Milliam invited me a number of times to visit before, but I never thought I'd be able to come out with everyone to Mishelam on a night like tonight. Unknown attractions and unknown food, this is rather unlike me, but I can't help feeling excited. Happy to hear that. Try to enjoy this as much as possible, then. Wayne, pilots and pans are sold at, so I don't know why he's worried about the ride. I suppose it's different when you're not in control. Ghosts don't scare me with the ride itself. I'm just not sure I can handle the thrill. May Adios give me courage. It's awesome to see you really get into this, Allie. Come on, time's wasted. Let's make the most of this evening and really enjoy ourselves. Instructor Rean, I hope you enjoy this special night in Mishelam. We're really enjoying ourselves. I don't know how to thank you for letting us have the run of such a wonderful resort. Don't worry about it, we haven't been getting many visitors recently anyway. Besides, Olivier is actually something of an acquaintance of mine. After hearing about the situation, I want to do what I could to help. I see His Highness has a lot of connections. He does indeed. You've done me a great service by looking after Yuna. Please try and relax tonight. Thank you, I will. So, this is the Mishelam everyone's been talking about. Even the walls look like they're sparkling. Now, kid, this place is amazing. Here they got all sorts of attractions and a fancy restaurant to boot. There's so much fun to be had, I don't know where to start. How about you come ride the Horcrux with me then, Reg? Hauling goods under the army's nose is backbreaking work after all, and we've got a lot of jobs like that lately. I'd say we deserve some coaster roll and go sniping stress relief. Sure, I didn't even know they had a ride like that here. Feels kind of bad leaving the boss in the mouth, though. Guess we'll just have to have as much fun as we can in their honor. Hey there, good to see ya. Boss went off to the reception desk with some other pretty gals, which means us guys get to have some fun. Looks like the Merkaba crew is still held up doing their final inspections. I was hoping they'd get to take a break or something, at least for tonight. If someone's gonna do it though, I'll go deliver them something to eat later. Oh, Instructor Rean. Well done, Instructor. Orie, I didn't realize you were here. And you're that girl from Arkansas. I was in the neighborhood to see Zex and decided to catch up with Mueller. Along the way, this young lady helped us out of a sticky situation. It wasn't that big of a deal, really. You could have handled it without my help, so just hurry up and forget about it. I'm feeling a little lost here. Apparently, Mother and Mueller ran into the Imperial Defense Force on their way to Mishelam. Slowly helped them slip away before things could escalate. It wasn't anything special, I just worked with Plie and the others to draw their attention toward the station. You also treated the public to a fantastic performance at your rehearsal. When I heard you were part of Operation Shining Steel, I knew I had to find someone to thank you. Why don't you spend a little time with us so I can thank you properly? Well? Hey, Sword Boy, she's your mom, right? Say something to her. Sorry, but when she takes a liking to someone, it's not impossible to tear her away. At this point, I would just recommend playing along. What's the worst that could happen? I feel like I'll come with you and make sure things don't get out of hand. Okay, fine, but I don't know about this whole mom thing. Can't imagine how any of them thought they were going to spend their evening. Well, maybe Orie. Come to think of it, Yuna said she wanted to show us around some of her old favorite places, but still plenty of time. I'll continue staying with Mother and Sully for a little while longer. She seems like a pretty amazing person. There's something about it that's kind of like Ilya and Risha. And I kind of owe that guy. Maybe we can hang out for a bit before heading over to meet with Plie and the others. Up until I became a vendor, I myself was quite the fan of blade dances. Perhaps that's why seeing Sully's dance puts me in something of a nostalgic mood. I see, so what type of dances is it exactly? It's not as acrobatic as your dancing, of course. And they just repeat that. Okay, we spoke to Crawford. Okay, so I was thinking we go shopping, or maybe ride the Ferris wheel together. Oh, but I'd also like to check out the Castle of Mirrors and the food stalls. Okay, cool your jets. We're not gonna have time for all of that. Don't forget we're meeting up with Estelle and the others later. You're right, I'm gonna have to prioritize. So, Agatha, I was wondering how do you feel, about what? Nothing. Alright then. Anyway, whatever you want to do, I'm up for it. You got me for the whole evening. I know that's not a lot of time, but I figure there's still plenty we can do. Just not everything. Thanks, Agatha. Those two are so close, it's really sweet. I feel like something between them is a little different from usual, though. Could be wrong, though, and I'm definitely not about to bring it up. Let's see, maybe we can save the shopping trip for when Estelle and Ren get here. In that case, we should start... How about we just take it easy and see what happens? We'll let them have their fun. We have the Tita note. That's a repeat. So I'm going to stop in a moment so I can get something to drink. Okay, I'm back from my break. So, two things. The first of which, we just now established that you can go into the 5 digits for Sepith, so who cares about the water anymore, and then I never actually gave out most of these gifts. So we're just going to go down the line. Oriana Bangle. A bangle with beautiful, delicately engraved flowers. Well, you certainly know how to charm a woman with such a lavish gift, don't you, Instructor? I picked it up thinking it'd suit you. But maybe you're right, it's kind of presumptuous to give... kind of a presumptuous gift to give without an occasion. Now, there's no need to get on your knees and act all formal with me. If you have my thanks for such a gorgeous present, I'd love it. I'll have to give you something in return. Will a kiss do? Guess I should have seen that coming. So we'll take a little bit of an art boost, preferably the defense. Light Beam Rosary for Elisa. A rosary? Wow, it's just stunning, Rean. Thank you for such a one-of-a-kind gift. You must have really gone out of your way for this. Oh, no, not at all. Even if I did, I got to see that beautiful smile of yours, so it was worth it. You're such a sap. And then we get the same boost. Star Sphere earring for Elise, so she's gonna give us something in return. These earrings are just lovely, Rean, sophisticated even. Well then, it's just perfect for you, isn't it? I'm sure they look great on you. Hope you like them. Any kind of gift from you would fill my heart with joy, Rean. These earrings are especially beautiful. I can't wait to try them on. Consider them my new favorite pair. Besides, who doesn't love to be gifted jewelry? If you're happy, so am I. Ah, so we get the strength and arts. Huh, that's weird. Sharon. How lovely. The gemstone brooch is quite exceptional. Thought it might go well with your maid outfit. Yes, I could pin it to my scarf. Thank you for the gift, Mr. Rean. Perhaps I could give you this. So she's the one who gives you something, even though she's a playable character. Shadow Vivis? A necklace with black wings. Could this be? I wore it back when I wasn't known as Sharon. Please take it. May it serve you in some way. Thank you, Sharon. And then finally, the new thing for Aurelia. An antique shell cameo. What a splendid gift. Thank you, Schwarzer. I've acquired quite a number of intriguing art pieces in my time as a noblewoman. This will make a fine addition to my collection. I had no idea you were an art collector. I picked this gift for you. Thank you for all your help and guidance. Your chivalry knows no bounds, does it? Allow me to gift you with this in return. Goldia bracelet. A Goldia bracelet? I don't know if it's alright for me to accept something so valuable. It's a fair trade for the cameo. I hope it helps you in your endeavors. Thank you, I really appreciate it. So let's go check those out. Goldia bracelet, 400 strength. Oh no, maybe I can fit this on Laura somehow. And then this one, Can this fit on Fee? Oh yeah, I'd say that's an improvement over the Vajra belt. It's gonna give us... It's not quite needed evasion, but it's gonna be hilarious nonetheless. The downside though is it makes her among my squishiest characters. Like, she actually has less HP than Emma. So essentially right there, we just need to make sure that she does dodge, which is currently at 81%. Now tell me, what is the current status on your end? Well, I just about completed most of the things you asked from me. As for the information sharing network we're using to consolidate tomorrow's tactical data, given our cooperation with the Viceland Force, we should be saying at a framework completion of around 80%. In other words, not yet complete, you're losing your edge, Second Disciple. Oh, come on, Professor, that's unreasonable even for you. You're the one who sprung this colossal project on the spot, no questions asked. It ain't getting done that quickly. Sounds like you guys have your hands full. Schwarzer, I didn't see you there. My disciple and I are reviewing the logistical intricacies of tomorrow's plan, now shoo. Sorry, just one quick question, I'll be gone. When you say an information sharing network, do you mean like His Highness's sonorous seashell? Correctly assumed. Despite my disdain for these so-called artifacts, we cannot ignore its practicality in this particular instance. It's the only logical choice to make. Sounds a lot more worthwhile when you put it that way. Just wish you'd done so from the get-go. Well, we've got a ton of talent behind this thing, so we hope to have it all finished up sometime tonight. Hey ho, Uncle Makarov, it's finally finished. As subtle as always. Now I see, you're the one helping Instructor Makarov build up the tactical network, aren't you, Mint? Yep, gotta admit she knows what she's doing, especially with... Detecto... what now? No, wait, I know what this is. I heard you mention it before. You have got to be kidding me. What have you been doing all this time, then? Well, at first I was doing all the work Uncle Makarov asked me to. But then I got distracted and started working on a little side project instead. But get this, while I was testing things, I ended up making contact with a certain special someone. Someone you're really gonna want to talk with, Uncle Makarov. Mary, I assume? Unless she's here already. What the hell are you going on about this time? You can save the stupid hogwash for later. Stupid hogwash, am I? Wait, you're... Count Hohen Eltheim with the Sutherland Province, yes. Apparently you and I should have a little talk about my daughter Mary. Count Eltheim? That's Instructor Mary's father. Oh man, talk about timing. Can't tell if it's lucky or lousy just yet, though. I contacted him totally by accident. Pretty super duper awesome of me, don't you think? Anyhow, tomorrow's battle's gonna be mondo dangerous, so I think you two need to have a little heart-to-heart about Instructor Mary. I mean, you two have already been going out for like over a year. Over a year, you say? Goodness, I had no idea. It would seem my daughter isn't there with you right now, but that may be for the best. Now, perhaps you'd like to fill me in on the details. Mint, I'm begging you, keep that mouthy chatterbox of yours shut for once. I hadn't realized you left this loose end untied. How very remiss of you. You know I don't tolerate sloppy work. You do well to finish the job you've started. Now you too, Professor. Finish the job? You mean he's going to propose? Wowee, I can feel my heart racing laps already. Can all of you stop getting the wrong idea? Starting to feel a little bad for him now. Well, that was a big ol' flopperoonie. Well, Uncle Makarov sure gave me an earful for it too. Still, maybe things will be okay between him and Instructor Marianstad anyway. What's done is done, you should focus on the task at hand. Schwarzer, I highly suggest you don't leave any business unfinished today either. I don't plan to, but thank you. It's nice to see that even the professor has a soft side. And what are you gawking at? Is there something stuck on my face? Oh no, I was just going to say goodbye. See you, Professor. Perhaps this will provide some sorely needed assistance to Makarov's efforts. Schwarzer, I highly recommend that you don't leave any unfinished business today. I sure hope Uncle Makarov gets Instructor Mary's dad's seal of approval. Right, I promised Bridgie and Elliot I'd meet up with them after this. Just hope Uncle Makarov will be okay without his favorite niece watching out for him. I think things might actually go better without you on his back. I don't know what to say. No, it's nothing like that. That cannot be a fun conversation. Hey, Toval, Major Michael, on for a couple of drinks? You know it. Come to think of it, I never got the chance to properly thank you for helping me back in Lemaire. We couldn't have stopped those roller cans without you, Zero Artisan. Hey, it was a team effort. We wouldn't have gone far without you in command. Anyhow, tonight's not about work. Drink up, let's enjoy ourselves. I didn't realize you were such a lush. To tell you the truth, I'm not. Ayn can drink me under the table any day of the week. She's proven that time and time again. I prefer to savor my liquor, but with her, it always turns into some kind of contest. Drunks like her are always... Makes sense that the head of the Growl Sorter can hold her liquor, I guess. I feel your pain, Toval. It's the same for me whenever I go out with Principal Aurelia. She just keeps chugging drinks like there's no tomorrow, and she expects me to try and match her pace. Taking the time to enjoy the flavor and aroma of each drink is much more my style. You said it. Who knew you and I had so much in common? My thoughts exactly. It's nice to see these two hitting it off. Come to think of it, they both have a similar outlook on life. I'm surprised they weren't already friends before now. Toval note unlocked. Best kind of drinking partner is one that can match your pace. Wonder where Claire is right now. He doesn't usually show, but it seems like he's really worried about Claire after all. So Rean, you play Vantage Masters. I do, and since you're asking, I'm guessing you do too. Well yeah, I've liked games like these ever since I was a kid. Since we got a little time on our hands, we say we play a couple of rounds. I'll even up the ante a little. Beat me, I'll give you a special prize. With a pitch like that, how can I say no? Very carefully. No. Guess who just found out he has the same taste in booze as Major Irving? This guy. Honestly, I've never felt closer to him. Okay, fine, you talked me into the game. He's using the Sorcerer.
Let's get this game going.
Come on, me first, me first, me first. Sweet. Yeah, that's all great. So I can drop the fairy to start hitting him immediately, but I'd rather get the fish out for more of a strategic position stuff. So whatever he drops, I can hit for 3 points immediately. As long as it's not Earth type, I don't have to worry about being blown up by a fairy, guaranteed. Huh, he didn't summon anything. There he goes. As I was saying... So, I want to get the Blitz in position, so now I have Heaven covered. So we'll hit this one. Hit this one. And you know what? Let's drop this. It's more of a diversion than anything. So I'm a little worried about whether or not I'm going to be able to kill that thing. Okay, that's 2 crystals denied. Yeah, I don't want to do that at the moment. I can suicide this to free up the space, though. Then I can drop this without any sort of concern. Okay, he has a full set of mana. He needs to start dropping cards, otherwise he dies. He can't move that one, otherwise he dies. And we'll have the paladin finish him. Or wait. I did the math wrong. I thought this was 3 damage, but it's 2, so I have to have the fairy do it.
Hey, you're not half bad.
Quick caliber 5. I'll throw in a little extra for this one time. Have some fun with it. And a Mishelam ticket. Thanks. So I assume that's his quick cast item.
Let's get this game going.
No. I don't remember if Sorcerer lets you control where the crystal goes, because that would make a pretty big deal. Let's see. So yeah, I can stir up a lot more trouble by doing this than this. Here comes the lightning. So I'm actually going to have this fall back for a turn, so I can kill this safely. And then we'll cut him.
Hey, you're not half bad.
Okay, so we got Toval's note, we challenged him and all that. Let's see, trying to remember who all I haven't spoken to yet. This place has been jam-packed with spoken babes tonight. Any chance one of them might rent a swimsuit and head down to the beach? I don't like the thought of tomorrow any more than the next guy, but seeing a bikini-clad goddess or two would surely lift my spirits. Good evening, I hope you enjoy your time here at Mishelam. The establishments inside the center are all open for your convenience. They have plenty of trinkets and souvenirs for you to take home. Why not take a step inside and have a browse? Secretary Lucy, Lieutenant Kayla, good to see you. I didn't know you were invited. Well, the prince was kind enough to reach out to us. We don't get many chances to relax and forget about work, so we're going to make the most of tonight. By the way, Josette, I'm really glad I got to thank you in person again. Oh, what for? I helped ship those rogue Hercules members back to Calvert. Or rather, I organized it. Don and Kyle were the ones who actually put them on the Bobcat and took them across the border. So that's how you work things out. That's right, the Kapoo delivery service always comes through in a pinch. Lucy had introduced me to Josette previously, and she seemed like the perfect choice to handle this matter. We're lucky to have a friend like you, Josette. By the way, I've heard some fairly interesting rumors about your love life. Is it true you and Chloe are both interested in the same guy? Where did you... Right, I forgot you and Chloe are so tight. A love triangle with Princess Claudia, that does sound interesting. Not you too, Kayla. That's all in the past now, and besides, I finally made up my mind about the whole thing. If you two find romance such a fascinating subject, how about tell me about things on your end? Oh, I'm so sorry, but I couldn't possibly disclose that kind of personal information. CID regulations. Oh, that isn't fair. Then it's your turn, Lucy. I doubt you have any trouble getting guys. Isn't there anyone you're into right now? I don't know. I know it's not the same, but there's a guy in my life who I find completely infuriating. In fact, I wish you were here right now so I could punch him in his stupid, handsome face. Lucy? It seems Josette's not the only one in a messy romantic situation. That had to have been about Major Lecter, right? Let's throw it back to you, Josette. Right, there's so much more I want to ask you. Come on, you two didn't tell me anything. Seems like a good time for me to duck out. I doubt there's anything I can contribute on this subject. Stop trying to pry into that, God. It's been over 2 years. I've been thinking it'd be a good idea to think about moving... Yeah, I'm assuming that's supposed to be her in denial, and it's not actually like a typo or anything. I've been thinking it'd be a good idea to think about moving on anyway. She uses think twice there, which is... yeah. I'm only interested in my work, okay? Wow, looks like she's been through a lot. I'd never imagined Kayla to be so full of curiosity. As I thought, nothing helps women bond like a little girl talk. Looks like Josette's got some circumstances of her own. As a member of the CID, I kinda want to get to the bottom of this. So I still have to go to the second floor of the hotel. I need to start taking better notes for these things when I have to go away for a few days, man. The heck? There's a side quest here. Welcome. We'll let you bring any ingredients you want to our drink stand. Any ingredients. So why not cart your favorites on over, stir up your own original cocktail, and enjoy a glass. Of course, we only permit minors to drink non-alcoholic cocktails. We're very strict on that. Mixing up an original cocktail sounds like it'd be a fun activity to do with someone. Who would be interested? Okay. We're gonna walk away for now, but that's apparently the trigger for the romance stuff. Or friendship stuff. Rean! Hello again. So Rean, what do you think of Mishelam Resort at night? It's great. Honestly, at my age, I wasn't expecting to enjoy it so much. This place really is amazing. That's what we cross-bellins like to hear. Oh, it's Cecile. Good work on the Emperor's surgery. Must have been really tense. Thank you. Of course, the patient will still be in recovery for a while, but even Dr. Salin admitted that this operation went more smoothly than she'd done before. I do believe His Majesty will be alright. That's a relief. Thank you so much for everything you've done for him. Yeah, that's such great news. Serene, who are you here with tonight? Randy was saying you're just as popular with the ladies as Lloyd, so there's no way you're without a date, right? Sounds like Randy's been putting weird ideas in your head again, Kia. As he is wont to do. Although you might want to think about how you got that reputation, Lloyd. She has a point. Not you guys, too. I didn't realize it before, but Lloyd's got his fair share of problems to deal with. Well, I'm glad you guys are having fun. But Rean, if you and me ever got to drinking together, I'm sure we'd have a whole slew of things to talk about. We should get Randy and go for a boys' night out. Sounds good to me. Speaking of Randy, I think he and Tio are going to watch the Mishy show together. That's right, they're going to come meet with us once it's finished. They said Yuna would be with them too. Can't wait to see her again. I don't want to interrupt their reunion. I'll go look around somewhere else. So I just wanted to see if that was a repeat, so Lloyd has his own thing. Dang it. And yeah, all three of the girls have theirs. So that's another bonding event type thing, I guess. These handheld fireworks are pure rockin'. Strange, I've used explosives for money more times than I can count, but I never imagined they could be used to create something so beautiful. Beautiful is right. The sound they make going off is nice, and the smell is oddly relaxing. Looks like the Modern Music Club is having themselves a fun little fireworks show. But fireworks, huh? Pretty sure I figured out how they tick. Indeed, I imagine we could make our own if we looked at them as some offshoot of standard munitions. Calm down, you two. Let's just enjoy the moment for what it is. But yeah, your own fireworks are not too difficult to make. It's just a lot of people don't know all the safety stuff and risk blowing themselves up. Try not to do that at home, folks. So what's over here? Oh, picture. Seeing these lanterns floating on the lake reminds me of the ones during the Ortis Summer Festival. There we go, perfect. I should send this to Rex when I get a chance. I don't know, is he around here so we could just hand it to him personally?
Hey, let me Whoa! Here's a look.
Tio and Kia. What's this mouth-watering smell? Oh, this here, instructor? It's shellfish, freshly picked from the beach and steamed to perfection. I mix in some succulent freshwater beetles too to add some extra zest to the recipe, you know. Want some? Sounds like a classic Freddy dish. I shot him down every time he's offered me one of his creations. I better try one so I don't hurt his feelings. Okay, serve me up. Now we're talking. Freddy served up a helping of his novelty cuisine, which Rean shoved into his mouth with commendable bravery. It has a peculiar taste, but it really grows on you. Freddy's cooking isn't bad as long as you just blank out, well, everything that goes into it. Thanks, Freddy. It really was delicious. I'm amazed you put together a first-class meal in this setting. You're making me blush, instructor. Glad you liked it. Well, well, if it isn't Eustace and the Ghost of Christmas Past. Whoa, Eustace, look at all the lights. Gotta say, it's pretty romantic. It's not bad, I suppose. The scenery is far from traditional, but that grants it an elegance in and of itself. He started again. Can't you say you're happy we're able to share the scenery together? Sure, that as well. So, this is where you two have been. Rean, you two seem to be enjoying yourselves. Am I interrupted something? No, what you could possibly mean. Yeah, it'd be a waste just for just the two of us to enjoy this all by ourselves. Wait, me being here isn't the reason everyone's staying away, is it? Of course not. Just look at Mint and Margarita. They sure don't have any trouble having fun with you. Everyone who needs to know is already in the loop. You don't need to overthink things. Okay, if you say so. Should we mosey on over to the theme park soon? I want to take a look around anyway. Let's leave this place to other couples, yeah? We can head that way, though I do hope you're not implying that we're a couple. Looks like someone's getting embarrassed. She really hasn't changed one bit, although... I don't know, the glowing thing's a pretty significant change in my book, Rean. I really didn't think we'd get to spend time together like this again. I was so sure that all I could do was watch over you guys from within the sword. I've got the maiden to thank for that, and of course I should thank all of you too. Milliam. We didn't play a part in that, you know. It was all due to the maiden. I think more went into it than you think. You guys always cared for me so much, you know. And I could feel that clear as day even when I was in the sword. All that affection is what really helped me to get out. I'm just sad I can't get a hug in this form. I see. Don't worry. I find it well that we can even be together and chat on a night like this. What more can we wish for than that? Oh. Eustace? Enough. A lady your age shouldn't be so indecent. Well, it's not like we're actually touching, so it's okay, right? You're up next, Rean. I think I'll pass on that. Don't you think maybe Altina would like a hug? That's true, time to go hugging crazy at the theme park. Don't just stand there and encourage her. Come on now, Milliam, we're blocking the view. Well, the only one who knows what comes next is Adios herself. I'm happy for them both. Okay, we have to talk to him from the front, I guess. Milliam's as loud and rowdy as ever, but given the situation, it might be better for things to be lively tonight. We gotta meet up with Tilly and the others later. By the way, you play Vantage Masters, don't you, Rean? Just got some new cards from Crow, and after combining them with the old ones I got off Eustace, I made a pretty impressive deck. We should play when you get a sec. You got it, I'm more than willing to take you on. Why'd they kick me all the way out here? Hey, is it just me or is Eustace starting to open up a little more? Guess there's always a silver lining, huh?
So exciting!
Let's put this one away. That's workable, I guess. Oh no. So I have the resurrection card. What does Spirit do? You act again. So I'm getting these out so wherever she drops I can pick off. Okay, this is going to be an extremely painful turn for her. Unfortunately, you can act again and then heal the spirit. So, all those times I told you this card was broken, why didn't you believe me? That was literally the only card in my deck that could be an instant game over for her.
So exciting!
So now her getting a starting crystal actually can put her in a better position. Basically, she can actually counterattack for some damage. But since I started with this card, I actually don't have enough to play it yet. Had I been able to drop it here, it'd be almost over on the first turn. I'd seriously take out half her health just like that. That's a reduced summon, and now she can counterattack. Now she has to take time to get serious. And yeah, we're almost over again. Ah, she has one of her own. That was the thing she did the reduced cost for, I can see now.
No! No fair!
So she came close to turning around on us. But otherwise, we have Sarah and Sharon here. Instructor Sarah, Sharon, what brings you two here? Hey there, Rean. Me and old Sharon here have a score to settle. Now seems as good time as any for a drinking contest. Well, now I'm sure there are many people who cannot drink the likes of me. Oh no, no backing down from this one. I won't rest until we know for sure. Now I think about it, I wonder how I'd measure up to the rest of the gals, too. It's got me pretty curious myself. Because I can take a guess at how most of our friends would fare, but there's plenty of competition here this evening. Perhaps we could recruit some more contenders for this contest of ours. Other drinkers? Yeah, I like the sound of that. I'd love to have a drink with Sherazard again for one. I really want to know how much the Golden Rakshasa can really drink. Now you've got me pretty invested in how this will play out. I can go ask them if you'd like. You sure? That'd be great. There are some guys I like to square up to in the drinking arena too, but it'll get too messy if we broaden the field too much. If you'll be a referee, then a ladies' drinking contest sounds like a good time to me. Well, we have some people here, but I think we need 2 or 3 more for a good show. You're really getting into this, aren't you? Yeah, this is right in your wheelhouse, huh? Ladies drinking contest does sound pretty entertaining. We probably won't get a chance to be all together like this again, so things get really interesting here. So I'm gonna do this later, but I don't want to do it now because some lines will probably change. Sorry, do you mind waiting a bit on that one? Sure, no problem. You don't need to force yourself. Just if you have extra time, see if you can recruit some ladies for us. I don't know if you're gonna find any ladies around here. So let's go to the second floor. You know, I'm actually from Liberl. Never thought I'd meet a bracer from Liberl who didn't Crossbell, not in my wildest dreams. I've always admired bracers ever since I was a kid. But here I am meeting Estelle Josh with a heavy blade and even the silver streak. Maybe I shouldn't say this, but meeting them is the highlight of my life. Young Master Patrick, allow me to congratulate you on your accomplishments in Eastern Arabonia. They're hardly worth congratulating. I merely assisted Lord Mateus and his allies in dealing with some unsavory characters. I'm far more impressed by what you've been up to, Celestin. Taking care of my father and his affairs must have been no simple task. You flatter me. Compared to the Civil War, this was but a walk in the park. You deflected, young master, but you really have matured. That we can speak so casually about your involvement on the world stage is proof. In that case, Celestin, wouldn't it be high time you stopped calling me young master? Or do you still see me as a child? Well, I can hardly walk that back now, can I? Very well, Lord Patrick. I can get used to that. I'll be kind on you to take care of logistics tomorrow, Celestin. I trust you will not let us down. Of course. So we get Patrick's note. He's really become quite a dependable adult. We hope to exchange information for the operation tomorrow. Do make sure you have a good evening. Looks like Celestin's finally given me the nod of approval. Schwarzer, you better not leave yourself with any regrets tonight, do you hear me? I know, thank you, Patrick. Hey, it's Anton. There's a face I didn't expect to see. Well, if it isn't Anton, what brings you here? So, funny story, I put in a request at the guild for info on Sharon. Seems like that got them following up on a couple of leads, and next thing you know, my buddy Olivier invites me out here saying that I'd be able to see her. I see. So you're a friend of Olivier's? Yeah, got up to all sorts of stuff back in Liberl. Actually, I seem to be running into lots of people I know today. Braces from Liberl, Crossbell's special support section, even Lucy, the exchange student who used to run the student council. To top it all off, we've got you guys from the academy. Everyone is here. Wow, is there anyone you don't know, Anton? By my count, he knows at least 20 of the people here. Anyway, I should get to searching for Sharon. I'm so nervous and practically shaking, but I can't let this opportunity pass by. Just need to work up the nerve and talk to her. I can do this. Good luck, Anton. She's by the beach, by the way. Hello there. Can I assist you in any way? If there's anything you'd like to know, please don't hesitate to ask. No one's over here, so let's go this way. Well, look here, aren't these some familiar faces? Lloyd and his colleagues from the special support section stayed here with some friends a few years ago. We looked after them back then and gave them a special day just like today. Hello, Rean. Good to see you so hard at work. Hi, everybody. Emily, Teresa, I'm glad you decided to join us. At first, I wasn't really sure if we should, you know, it being a huge conflict of interest and all. But then Supreme Commander Van Dyke had us reassigned to the Independent Raid Force. The what? We're a covert ops unit charged with taking down internal threats to the Empire at our own discretion. A vague description, admittedly, but one that allows groups like Ouroboros and Jaeger Corps to fall under our jurisdiction. In other words, it's a unit created to give us the authority needed to fight this battle. Those rules sound dangerously vague, but so long as they have you fighting by our side, I'm not about to complain. And fight is what we'll do. Gotta make up for that sorry state you last saw me in. We're gonna give it our all to make tomorrow a major success. Now we finally found a path we can believe in, we're more than ready to help out. Thanks, I knew we could count on you. That's right, this reconciliation is truly a thing of beauty. I hear a lot of other Thor's graduates in the army are getting the same treatment. They'll be able to participate in the operation too, it's shaping to be quite the reunion. I can hardly wait. I really need to thank Supreme Commander Van Dyke. Now that the two of us can follow the paths we believe in, you can count on us tomorrow, I promise. Glad to hear it, thank you. So we got Teresia's note. I would expect nothing less for our dear principal. We have Thor's alumni in the military band, military division, and even in the intelligence division. And I'll be making sure we're connected with all of them for the operation. Adele's doing a lot of work behind the scenes. She's more intense than she looks. Oh, I can't squeeze in here. We're trying to lock down tomorrow's strategy as fast as we can. I know we've caused you guys a lot of trouble, but now we're going to make up for it. My heart's on fire just thinking about it. The Blazing Maiden rides again. There's the Emily I know. It's good to have her back. Seems that Hybel, Stefan, and Klein are also cooperating with the special unit we just talked about. Back at Thor's, they were really just boys, but seems like since then they've all become men. We'll have to hold a little reunion party once things settle down a little. Angelica spoke to me earlier. She said watching you work is more beautiful than any painting. I was lost for words, but it's been a long time since I've been near someone so nice. Angelica's wonderful words inspire me to work as hard as possible. No matter where we go, Angelica never holds back on the sweet talk. So it's not just music you're into, but painting and sculpture too. Count Eltime has a reputation as a patron of up-and-coming young artists across Sutherland. Clearly the love of the arts runs in the family. She really is impressive. You know, maybe an inappropriate time to say this, having recently tasked you with preparing the Thor's exams. I always felt as though your talents were wasted at a military academy, Mary. Well, I did consider becoming a teacher at the music academy at one point, but I wanted to reach out to people who didn't have such a grounding in art or music and teach them how fun the arts can be. You are a woman of singular focus, I'll give you that. But I suppose that may be how you grew so fond of Makarov. You saw through the scruffy exterior and discovered who he was deep down. Instructor Makarov, huh? You really do know how to see to the heart of a person, don't you? Makarov and I are simply moving at a snail's pace, I agree. What do you think, Wallace? How does that relationship look from a man's perspective? Me? The way I see it, Makarov is probably just looking for a chance to take things to the next level. A chance? I don't think it's my place to butt in on a conversation about Instructor Mary's love life. On that note, though I am a little bit curious about what's going on between General Liquid and Brigadier General Bardius, too. Well, I guess that's none of my business. A chance? Interesting. Something unexpected needs to happen to make him open his eyes and see just what he's missing out on. Something unexpected? Like what? And Instructor Mary's love consultation continues. Good luck, Instructor. And they probably just repeat that. Anyway, we've located Aurelia. She's the one I want to talk to because there's that scene coming up, well, the drinking game, so to speak. Okay, that's all in the hotel here. So we've been to the beach, we cannot go out to the villas, we can go into the theme park though. Good evening. Did you enjoy the send-off party at the guest house? You did? Fantastical. We've all got our mainline attractions for you here at the park. There's the Ferris wheel, the horror coaster, the castle of mirrors. Or if you'd rather take the fun to the beach, light up some sparklers or try your hand at making your own cocktails. We hope you have a most magical, tabulous time with all the special activities we've laid out for you tonight. Man, I just can't stop taking pictures. Here a snap, there a snap, everywhere a snap snap. Taking pictures of pretty girls is my natural habitat. And damn, it's good to be home. And speaking of pretty girls, Rean, seems to me there's one girl in particular that's captured your fancy. Just remember to be a good guy, okay? I'll be rooting for you. It's enough of mine, Rean, from your ex. I have to look at the trophy list to see if there's one for doing the guys or something. Hey, Rean, want to go for a drink or something? You can come to my stall, just make sure you settle your bill. Don't go thinking you get special treatment just because you're a regular. But never mind. You two opened up a stall, huh? You got a problem with that? You gotta earn some extra cash to pay Cargo's medical bill somehow. And Machias wasn't doing anything, so I figured he could help out too. I do have other responsibilities, you know. But after seeing how hard you worked to find Cargo, I figured this was the least I could do. I wasn't able to help you before, but I intend to make up for that. Machias? It all makes sense now. Well, hey, I know you got stuff to deal with, stuff of your own to deal with, fighting the government and all. So you've been pushing yourself pretty hard lately, for once in your life. Doing your duty is fine, I'll just make sure you come home safe. You got everyone in the Oust district worried sick. Got it. Never thought I'd hear you say something so considerate. Who are you and what have you done with the real Patiri? The real Patiri's gonna feed you your glasses if you don't shut up. Right. Let me buy you a drink later. Non-alcoholic, of course. Nice. Make mine a Gamgee ginger ale. About to drink you under the damn table. It's not alcoholic. Nobody's gonna be under any tables. Underneath it all, you can tell how much Patiri cares about Machias. Everything depends on tomorrow. We've got to do our best so these two can keep their promise. So we get the Machias note. I had the chance to talk to a lot of different people here. It's really quite enjoyable. Looks like when Patiri is traveling, she was taking care of problems everywhere she went too. She's really grown up since last time. Guess I've caused some gray hairs. Once all this is over, I'll buy you all a drink. Yeah, you caused Rean quite a bit of gray hair there, eh? So you can buy some of your what? I got a kid's hospital bills to pay for. Patiri, what happened to your service smile? Awkward forced smile. The hell, Machias, don't you dare start pulling a Cynthia on me, you four-eyed twerp. Machias never learned to give as well as he gets to. Or Machias has learned to give as well as he gets. I never knew you were such an amusement park aficionado, Louise. Last time I was in Crossbell, I had an annual pass, so I pretty much know this place inside and out. Looks like Louise is giving you the grand tour. Yep, we're planning on meeting with Laura and Fia a little later, but for now we thought it might be fun to spend some time with the current Thor students. We may be alumni, but we're really just following Louise's lead. Well, when it comes to Mishelam, I'm practically a professor. Come on, you three, I'll give you the definitive amusement park experience. 3? You want me to come as well? Well, I guess it could be interesting. Go have fun, Slade. Cats don't get to ride the amusement park rides every day. Mishy's favorite food is honeydew melons. Not many people realize how discerning he is when it comes to food. I certainly had no idea. Who knew he could be so bourgeois? So, let's see if Celine has anything different. By the way, I thought I heard someone calling my name. Guess my imagination's running wild. Could it be Grianos, perhaps? Eh? Here, Celine, I bought you some drinks. Thank the goddess, I was about to keel over. Wait, I'm supposed to be in character right now. Not to sound ungrateful or anything, but do you think you could pass it over without anyone noticing? Right, sorry about that. I think I just walked into something I wasn't supposed to see. Is that who it is I think inside there? How long has she... Never mind, I should be prying any more than I already have. Oops, that was a close one. I need to be more careful. Wouldn't want to crush anybody's dreams after all. Hiya there. Hope you're having a me-he-taskal time tonight. Michette. Good work. Keep up the good work in there. Glowing Mishy Tails. Get your glowing Mishy Tails on sale now. Wear one of these and you'll be the envy of the park. The embarrassment would probably kill me before the curse gets a chance to. Yeah, we already have the Mishy Pecky and we cashed in the plush already, so... Let's see what's over here. Come on, you seriously want to check it out now? It was your idea to check out this thing in the first place. Well, I just thought if I chose this ride, you might agree to come with me, but I had no idea it was going to be this scary. Alright, let's just chill here for a minute. Try to get used to the whole vibe. Maybe that'll help you calm down. Are you sure you don't mind? Thank you, Ash. Looks like Ash and Tatiana are having a nice evening. I didn't realize before, but they really do make a cute couple. It took all my courage to ask Ash out. I had no idea this place was going to be so scary, though. Tatiana was pretty brave to ask Ash out like this. You can almost see the anxiety emanating from her. What the hell are you looking at, Schwarzer? Sorry, Ash, didn't mean to interrupt your date. This ain't a date, got it? Hey girls, out for a night on the town? Something like that. We're planning to meet up with Lisa and Emma in a little while. Many things here speak to our shared interests, so we decided to look around together. Some of the rides seem like they give our reflexes a nice workout. And this fearful atmosphere may prove a fine test of courage. Only you three would view going to an amusement park as a training opportunity. Don't worry, we fully intend to have some fun as well. It's 2 birds, 1 stone scenario. I'm just happy the 2 of you invited me along to join you. Well, you girls have fun. Laura, an accomplished swordsmaster, and Fee, famous for her overwhelming physical ability. Who'd have thought to find the 3 of us enjoying a leisurely day at a theme park together? It's like a dream come true. Una and Louise promised to meet up with us later, too. I think I speak for everyone when I say we all needed this. Jessica note. The craftsmanship here is pretty good. Like this gargoyle, so similar to the one we saw in the old schoolhouse. I feel like it'd start moving any moment. This place truly is like a fairy tale kingdom. I feel like I'm really connected with my inner child. Alright, let's go check out that castle thing next. Come on. Estelle, would it kill you to slow down a little? You did just ride the horror coaster over and over until you got the high score. You're acting like a little girl in a candy store. Oh, come on, we got the whole place to ourselves. It'd be a waste not to enjoy it. Now come on, you two, we have a castle to storm. Alright, I suppose we don't get an opportunity like this every day. Let's go. Looks like you're all having fun. Well, yeah. It's been way too long since we could just enjoy ourselves as a family. It's true, I've been so busy with school, and Estelle and Joshua have been running around all over the continent. Heck, the first time we'd seen Dad in 6 months was aboard the Pantagruel. Didn't realize you'd been apart for so long. But if that's the case, shouldn't you be spending time with him now? It's alright, he deserves a chance to catch up with his old friends anyway. Besides, he got some business to take care of, doesn't he? Nothing gets by you, huh? Sounds like he's planning to head out around 10 p.m., so we'll have a chance to see him off then at least. We have some business of our own to finish up before then anyway. We do have a little more time together, but I did promise Tita I would meet up with her. I guess you two will have to enjoy a nice long ride on the Ferris wheel without me. That would actually be kind of... Ren, now is not the time. Thanks for the thought, though. Whether it's his family or lovers, the bond between these guys is rock solid. What a perfect opportunity to do something romantic and they completely wasted it. You agree with me, don't you? Well, I think it's up to each couple to move a relationship forward at their own pace. That's just boring. At least it is to me, as the mischief-loving kitty and family member of those two. I guess that's fair, but enough of the meddling. By the way, speaking of mischief, do you play Pum Party? I hacked my brother's Arcus 2 unit and made an account. We should play some together sometime. Hacked? You really shouldn't. Never mind. Alright, maybe we can play a little. Go easy on me, though. So now we can play against Ren. Stella and Joshua are the same as always. Good chance to get them some time together. We visited so many places over the past 2 years, but we never really stopped to hang out as a family. I know tomorrow won't be easy, so I want to spend today with the people I love. Nobody should have to wake up tomorrow with any regrets, you know? Agreed, I'm trying not to. I'm just mingling with the crowd and taking a look at the attractions. I know you have a lot on your mind, but you should try to do the same. Don't let your worries keep you from a fun evening. I'll try. Thanks, Joshua. So, what is this over here? Ah, it's Margarita. Vincent, isn't it a simply enchanting night? Indeed, the elegance of the castle mirrors the sky overflowing with glistening stars, but Margarita, their beauty only reaches its pinnacle and reflected in your eyes. My, you always know what to say. You know, Vincent, if you ever wanted to propose, I can think of no setting more perfect than this lovely night. It is quite lovely, yes. How do I really feel about Margarita? The emotional attraction is clearly there, but am I so superficial as to be put off by her appearance? Love is blind, and I do love her. I do I? Would I be struggling so if it were not so simple? Vincent looks like he's going through some kind of inner turmoil. On such a romantic night as this, honeyed words flow more readily than wine. What in my heart has it truly opened itself to Margarita, or will my vanity win out? My Vincent looks so adorable and is blushing. So, is there no event here? I'm gonna do the Pom Party thing with Ren, but yeah, I'm a little confused. Yeah, there was a little bit more in here at least.
Now it is mine. Now then, let's begin.
Oh my god, already.
You're better than I thought.
Okay, so let's move forward. Hello, Rean. Hope you're having a little fun. Did you come to get a reading from the fortune teller? They say she's never wrong. It's quite a reputation. So you've got the gang back together. It's right, so though we're back at Thor's again. Right down to Mid's mysterious tardiness. It's strange. She seems so excited when I suggest we all walk around together. She probably got distracted along the way. You know how she is. Hope we can meet the fortune teller soon. There's something I really want to ask. About Alan, I imagine. The curse's effects on him still aren't letting up? No, I've tried calling him so many times today already. I just can't get through. He must already be on his way to the front lines. I'm so sorry. We've all been worried about him. No, I'm sorry for bringing it up. I didn't mean to be to put a damper on the evening. If I ask so many people for advice and assistance, I'm sure Alan will be alright. That's right, try not to worry about it, Rean, and enjoy your evening. We'll take care of Bridget. You take the time to relax and have fun for a change. Okay, that's fair. I'll leave you all to it. Oh, Rosine, I heard that the repairs on Gaius' Merkaba were complete. Unit 8? Yes, thanks to everyone's help we completed repairs a few days ago. We did a test flight to scout the Pales, and everything felt just as it should. It's great to hear. I imagine you still have a lot to do to prepare for tomorrow. Don't worry, Father Thomas and I'll have everything ready. It's my duty as a Squire of the Gralls to return as student of Thor's, and my pleasure as a friend. Thank you, Rosine. People say that the fortune tellers here predictions are uncannily on the mark. Perhaps she can give us advice on what to do about Alan. Mint is running late. Well, I suppose she did say she had a lot of work to do. Without knowing her, she probably got distracted somewhere. You know how she is. No matter how much it seems like she's grown up, that part of her is still a student. So yeah, I think I'll probably try one of each. Although I'm not too keen on the whole sparkler thing, to be honest. Man, this long look. Holy crap. Okay, this suddenly looks a little more tempting. Aren't the others here yet? Oh, yeah, I asked Kurt and Maya along, but there's no sign of them. Come on, guys, where are you? I mean, with Maya, there's a 50-50 chance at best of her showing up, but I never expected Kurt to flake out on me. Wait a minute. This is my chance. Should I ask Ada to ride the Ferris with me one-on-one? Are you alright, Sydney? You're looking rather intense. Looks like Sydney ended up getting to spend some time alone with Ada without even planning it. Here's hoping he doesn't mess things up. Is this even a good idea? If she turns me down now, I'll be right back to square one. Sydney, can you hear me? The Ferris wheel looks really magical when it's lit up at night. Good, let's send it direct when we get a chance. I have a chance.
Hey, let me Whoa, here's a little
Rose and Celine. Thanks. So, I'll go ahead and show you guys the picture since we got two of them. Can't quite tell where they're supposed to be at. Okay, that's just the use the ticket thing. Hey sir, please don't move or reach. What is it? Stay where you are. There's a piece of waffle right by your foot. I don't want you to get your shoes dirty. I'm sorry if my help is unwanted. No, thanks for helping me out. Shara, have you considered just ever so slightly slowing your pace a hair? You're drinking like a fish with alcoholism. Don't be such a wet blanket. First time we get to go out in a while and you want to ruin all the fun? No, that's hardly what Well, I suppose there's no harm in cutting loose this evening. Allow me to join you in the festivities. I don't think so. You need to take it easy. Remember what the doctor told you about giving your body time to heal? Fair, I suppose. Don't worry, when this is all over and you're fully recovered, we'll go out for a really wild night. I'll call up Ina, hit all of the world's best bars, and party till dawn. As tempting as that sounds, I wonder if we could dial it back just a little tonight. Did you say something? Nothing at all, my dearest. Wonder who this Ina is. Anyway, it really seems like only Shara and Mueller could get away with treating the prince the way they do. In case you're not familiar with the series, Ina is the guild receptionist in... Crud, I forgot what Estelle's home region is called. But she's the very first one you ever meet in Sky 1. Hey, while you're here, there's something I've been meaning to give you, Rean. Here, this is my Palm Party account ID. Let's play a game or two sometime. Great, thank you. You know, Shara, you really are my one and only. Given the events this evening has in store, I'll keep you company as you drink, but I'll make sure you do so in moderation. You gonna pour or you gonna keep talking? Right here you are. So hey, aren't there some things you need to say to Mueller? Later, perhaps. I'll let him have some fun with his old army buddy for now. I'll speak to him when he's done. You sure you're not taking him for granted? Never. He is my best friend, after all. way to spend an evening, and like this really makes a drink taste even better. Charizard's face might be getting a little red, but there's no doubt about it. She definitely knows how to hold her alcohol. Being around Cher often ends up drinking far too much. You do still have matters to attend to far after this, so trying to get dragged into any drinking games either, Rean. Sure, I'll try. And hopefully this one doesn't take
Let
10
the
minutes.
games begin.
Green first. Ah, that sucks. Oh well. No pulling a fast one for me. So yeah, he's really close to getting finished off here. This'll do it too, I think. And he pulls a point out of somewhere, but it doesn't matter. Hey, Instructor Rean. You'll have to excuse us, we really didn't mean to interrupt your party. But once the kids heard about it, they just wouldn't take no for an answer. Don't worry about it, you're more than welcome to join us. I'm sure it's been a while since you last got to spend some quality time with your family anyway, huh, Una? Really has, even Dad managed to get the evening off for a change. And having Mishelam all to ourselves just icing on the cake. That it is, you guys have fun now. Of course, at the same park as the Pride of Crossbell. I hope you enjoy it too, Instructor. I sure am so far. Having the run of Mishelam is something I never imagined even in my wildest dreams. This place is the Pride of Crossbell. I hope you have a great time, Instructor. All the children love Mishi. They want to see all the other attractions too. It's going to be a busy night. Make sure you also enjoy yourself. In today's show, they're going to reveal the identity of Mishi. Dad made arrangements for the show that was supposed to start next month for tonight. I'm so glad Mom gave in and brought us here. It looks like all the whining, all it took was some whining. Little punk. The special show is about to start. Can't take it. I can't wait any longer. You're really into this, huh? Have a great time, Nana. Yeah, thank you. What game shall we play today? I have something important to say. My real name is Schneider. Everyone thought I died when I was an infant. But I am your brother. Whoa, that's a lot to take in. Now that you mention it, I do remember having a brother a long time ago. What? Seriously? This is a shocking development. Yeah, it's so exciting. There are complex reasons why I'm a robot now. Let's not worry about that now. We gotta celebrate our long-due reunion. That's right, brother. Okay, everyone, let's sing together. Let's dance and make a wishy. With Mishi. Looks like everyone's having a good time. TO2 unlocked. No way, Mishi is my brother? I don't think I could be happier. The reason I am now a robot. Watch this space. Can't believe we get an advanced performance of the latest Mishi show. This is amazing, Jingo. Seriously, it's gonna be a hell of an episode. Mishi only showed up a few months back, so I was surprised when they made it up so fast. But then, boom, things got real crazy. We can't afford to miss this. You know so much about Mishi. Are you a big fan, Jingo? You kidding? This is all super basic stuff. Alright, then should we cheer Mishi on? Yeah, ready when you are. They're really two peas in a pod. I knew you were one of us, Jingo, but I never imagined you'd be this big of a Mishi fan. Perhaps I have finally found a true friend for life. You hanging in there, Cerberus? Cerberus gobbled up a large piece of meat on the bone. Looks like you're really enjoying that, huh? I'm working hard, but I'm friendly to ask for your help tomorrow, too. They're doing monthly events to spice up the Mishi show. They post the schedule on the Orbital Net, so as you'd expect this day and age. I'm doing alright here. Make sure you go to bed at a good hour. No staying up late drinking. I know, but I think I'd sleep better if I got a good night kiss. Doesn't matter if it's over the communicator. Kiss? I guess it can't do any harm since it's just over the communicator. What are you talking about, you idiot? Good night. Never change, Maria. Or they call her Miria, I think, because it's... I'm not entirely sure what language that name is supposed to be. Anyway, I think Rean's listening in on us. Sorry, I didn't mean to. The person we were just talking to, her name's Mireia? We used to work at the Crossbow Guardian Force together, kept running into each other, but she's working for the Resistance now. You probably sound like a couple of kids just now. Kinda makes you laugh, huh? Not at all, Randy. Well, it looks like you really care about her. I don't know about that. Besides, not like anything's gonna happen with the way things are now. Anyway, let's worry about tomorrow instead. Okay, Randy? You look like you've been walking around most of the park. You feeling hungry? Or Machette Grill will fill the hole in your stomach. Yeah, we already have one, so we're good. In case I need to trade for something. Ashley, you're here. The one and only. I don't really know why, but I was invited too. Probably something to do with offering my services in the operation tomorrow. Tomorrow's operations, huh? I see, that's encouraging to hear. Well, I'm taking care of Jingo and all that, so putting duty before Mira isn't all that bad. Tonight's your chance to really spread your wings, Ashen Chevalier. I fully intend to do just that. I just don't get why they're so fired up. What's the big deal about some dumb Mishi show? This is kiddie stuff. Yona, did you say something? Because if you want me to post your dirty little secrets all over the orbital net, feel free to keep talking. And keep that camera steady, you better capture every minute of this. Oh, while you're making up for your stupidity, give me more cola and chips. They're good stuff. What, am I your slave or something? Yona really picked the wrong girls to piss off. Okay, all that's left is this one. Do you Morons ever think about anything other than what you want? Hey, are you listening to me, George? You too, Crow, you too. Yeah, we just don't have a good excuse. Guess I should apologize for my actions during the Civil War. I think so too, but Angie, you're not blameless either. You should have run off to the cemetery on your own without saying anything 2 months ago. I know that you feel bad about planning to dig up Crow's grave, but you could have said something and gotten someone else's perspective. You didn't explain George's actions in Calvert either. Toa, are you angry at me? No, of course not. I'm not angry at all, not even a little. It's not what you say that makes this awkward. Toa's relentless logic at times like these is terrifying. It doesn't help that she's been drinking, too. Hey, you should be listening to this, too. Don't act like this has nothing to do with you. As graduate authorities, you need to behave more respectably. Understood. Roger that. Well, I dropped out, so you can't call me a graduate. Nice try, Crow. You may have dropped out, but regulations state that you can always re-enroll. If you end up at the branch campus with me and Rean, well... Oh, hell no! Being your student would be bad enough, but if I were Rean's... You brought this on yourself, you know. If that happens, you better get to studying. It's been a long time since I've seen the four of them together like this. I'm sure they realize how unlikely it is, too.
Besides, until we manage to put this great Twilight business to an end, I'm living on borrowed time. Yep, any way you slice it, my being here contradicts reality itself. Doesn't matter what you, Adios, or anyone else has to say about it. My fate's not gonna change one bit.
But they're smiling and staying positive. They really are something special. Toa 2. Thought George and Angelica would be getting some quality time together, but we bumped into them and now it's all four of us hanging out like always. So that's what happened. Hey, wait, I got a great idea, man. How about you and Toa hang out? I'll give you the chance to sneak off and chat someone up. What? Crow? I think that's our cue to leave, George. Sounds good, but you know, I don't think it's me you want to spend time with. Well, with Kia, Ren, Tita, and Tio around... Oh, we should acquaint ourselves with Sully, too. Wow, she's really missing the point. Well, that's a good point for me to stop. Just try and enjoy yourself. Alright, I guess it's time to head to the next attraction and have a few more drinks. But first I gotta say goodbye to all the beautiful ladies here. Sure, just don't go too crazy. So, they're together. That's right, it looks like Angie had a gift for me. She picked up something for me during her trip around the continent. I think she ordered an Eastern-style dress for me. There are some issues with shipping, though, since everything's so chaotic right now. That's a shame, I would like to see it, too. Well, even if it made it here, I'm not sure when I'd be able to wear it. It's more of a party dress than casual wear. Guess I'll just have to wait for the right opportunity. Sounds great. I'm excited to see you in it, Toa. So with that, we have spoken to everyone. The only thing left to do now is head over to the beach, which I will do in a moment. Okay, time to round up some people for Sarah's drinking party. Okay, I'll help you out. Talk to some of the ladies who seem like they have real taste for hard liquor. Great, makes sense. Make sure you invite Silver Streak and Rakshasa. While you decide who the other competitors are, we'll prep the place and come up with some rules. And of course, assure there's plenty of alcohol to all who are involved. Can't even speak right now. Can't wait. So I guess I should start looking for some contenders for the drinking contest, and I definitely have to speak with the General like Gwen and Sherazard. I don't think anyone in old class 7 could drink as much as Sarah. I'll find some other potential candidates. I'll walk around and speak to anyone who seems like they might be interested. Ladies' night started. So we saw at the Ferris wheel. This is where Sherazard was. Aurelia is up in the hotel lobby. Sherazard looks like she's already had plenty to drink, but Sarah asked for her, so I should at least try. Sorry to interrupt you, but I have something to ask. Rean explained that he was looking for participants to take part in the drinking contest. I see. Facing off against Sarah would be fun. I'll definitely take part. Don't feel like you have to. Looks like you already had a lot to drink already. Don't worry about me, and go straight to my cheeks when I'm just starting out. Are you sure, Your Highness? I don't think you're going to be able to stop Cher when she's like this. I have preparations that need to be made. Can I ask you to watch over her for me? Yes, please don't worry. We're holding the contest at the beach, so please head over when you're ready, Sherazard. You got it. So is this any different now? That's a repeat of the Mueller thing. Hotel Delphinia. I've heard the General and Gwen happily downs wine and hard spirits, but I really can't imagine her drunk. Sorry to interrupt, can I ask you something? Rean explained that he was looking for participants to take part in the drinking contest. Purple Lightning volunteered me, did she? She's got guts, I'll give her that. Does that mean she seems like a strong opponent? I'm not sure I'll be able to win, but it sounds like fun, so I'll join. That's great, thank you. We're holding the contest at the beach, so please head over when you're ready. So great, all of our commanders are going to be hung over the day of the mission. I wonder if any of them can hold their drink. I'll ask if they're interested. Sorry to disturb you, but I wanted to ask something. Rean explained that he was looking for participants to take part in the drinking contest. Drinking contest? I like the sound of that. But you don't drink that often, Emily. You get drunk as quickly as I do. Instructor Sarah will drink you under the table for sure. Might be right. What about Adele and Dorothy? It could be fun. I drink fairly well when we're out. Or at least that's what people tell me. Before she blacks out. In that case, I think you'd be a good match for Instructor Sarah. I don't think you can expect much from me. I'm not good with alcohol. But it's kind of disappointing that the guys can't take part. Inhibitions lowered, hands reach for the same glass, feelings long buried suddenly burst forth and blossom in the jovial atmosphere. You never change, Dorothy. So, can I count on Adele for the contest? Yes, I'm looking forward to it. Thanks. We're holding the contest at the beach, so please head over when you're ready. I'm not seeing anyone else here. Let's go downstairs and see if there's any markers. Some of these loading screens are just killer, man. There's someone in the restaurant. What about Lucy? After all, being the student council vice president under Major Electric couldn't have been easy. Let's say she might know her way around a drink or two. I should ask if any of them are interested. Sorry to bother you, Lucy, but I wanted to ask you something. Rean explained that he was looking for participants to take part in the drinking contest. An all-ladies drinking game, you say? You seem like you'd be able to hold your liquor better than any of us could. Now that you mention it, remember that dinner we worked the security detail for? People were offering you drinks left, right, and center, but you seemed just fine after every single one of them. Oh, I don't really consider myself all that strong a drinker, but I do enjoy the odd tipple here and there. You can count me in. Glad to hear it. We'll be holding the contest down at the beach, so just head on over whenever you're ready. Okay, let's warp over to the restaurant. Duvley really doesn't drink much, but Vita and Roselia, as she is now, look like they can hold their liquor. They might not want to participate, but I guess I might as well ask. Sorry to interrupt, I have something to ask. Rean explained that he was looking for participants to take part in the drinking contest. Drinking game, you say? It sounds like it could be fun. What a strange thing to come and ask us. You're just toasting my lord. I do not believe it to be all that strange. It is the duty of us more mature ladies to accompany the young. It'll be my pleasure to grace you with my presence. Will you come as well? Well, someone has to look after the elderly once they've had their fun, so I think I'll have to pass this time. Hey, I can hold my own against a bunch of youngsters. So I can count Roselia as a participant. Wait right there, Schwarzer. I want to take part in your contest. Are you sure? Absolutely. My lord would say that it is important to take the time and smell the roses. And I'm not one to run from any challenge. I see. I'll count you in too, then. We're holding the contest at the beach, so please head over when you're ready. Let's check the wharf. No one. There's a lot of places to scan, damn it. We were over by the Ferris wheel. Let's check the mirrors. I don't think there's anyone here. There was almost no one at the horror coaster thing. For a second there, that green mark made me think I found one, but then I realized it's just the ticket thing. No one here. There were no markers for Cendrillon or the boutique. So let's check the beach. So there's someone over here. Ellie, maybe? Kia? Here's Ellie and Cecile. They might make for some drinking candidates. I'll try to explain the game to them. Hey there, mind if I ask you something? Rean explained that he was looking for participants to take part in the drinking contest. So you want to see who has the strongest stomach for alcohol, right? Some really funny things can happen when people get together like this. That's true, and it'd be a good chance to catch up with some of the others. Unfortunately, I'm the best when it comes to alcohol, so I'm gonna have to pass. I see. What about you, Cecile? Guy was a heavyweight, and you kept up with him pretty well, so I'd rank you high up there on the drinking scale. Well, I'm a stronger drinker than Ilya, at least, apparently. This might be exactly my kind of contest. After all, it's nice to let your hair down and just drink from time to time. With how hard you work all the time, I think you can allow yourself some fun for at least tonight. I'm sure you can handle yourself. You got some pretty good control. So you joining us? Yes, I'll join the contest. We'd all better go and cheer you on, then. Can't wait either. They're holding the contest over at the tables by the drink stand, so come and join when you're ready. Our drink contest participants are all here, it seems. Maybe I should report into Sarah before we kick things off. There's 9 of us. You really put a lot of work into recruiting all these gals. I was wondering if I went overboard. Well, we don't have much time to go. We don't have much time, so let's go with the tournament style. We'll have 3 people in each group, with the last woman staying, moving on to the final match. We'll use some strong alcohol so we can declare a fast winner. So we can declare a winner faster. It wasn't long before the participants of the drinking contest assembled on the beach. Tournament style, eh? Very well, I look forward to taking you on, Crimson Roselia, Dooley the Swift. Well, Golden Rakshasa, you're far better than me with a sword. Let's see how we fare with alcohol in hand. And Dooley goes down after the first drink, I imagine. On the honor of my title, the Swift, I shall drink enough for both me and my lord. I hope you haven't forgotten, my liver is 800 years old, and it's only gotten stronger with each century. Best of luck to the both of you, Lucy, Adele. You too, Cecile. Let's see if we can't have some fun with this. It appears I'm in the same group as Lady Sarah and Sherazard after all. Considering we chose them at random, the groups look like they'll make for an interesting game. By the way, you okay there, Sherazard? I think you've already gotten your fair share of alcohol tonight. Don't you worry about a thing. This is just barely the start of our fun. Anyway, we're in to beat you, Purple Lightning. Since we're the same age, we should be pretty evenly matched. And I've heard some things about you too, Sharon, from Joshua and Ren. Things are really going to heat up now. You bet they are. I'm gonna have to knock you both flat on the ground. Please be gentle with me now, Lady Sarah. Alright, we're going to start with Roselia's team. So, let the drinking begin. So isn't the proper way they each get in their groups of 3, Rean gives a signal and they all take their shot, and then they just keep going until only one person is still standing? This wouldn't really be a good match. Group 1, Roselia, Duvali, Aurelia, each burned with competitive spirit in the face of their challenge, then shortly after the drinking began. Really must be getting old. This is hitting me much harder than it used to. Perhaps this 800-year-old liver of mine has finally turned against me after all. I'll have you know that in my prime I would have never lost to the likes of you lot. Come on, you're just sounding like a sore loser now, grandmother. Hey, I'm still in this. I'm just fine. Come on, pour me more already. I'm in a much bigger stein than the Golden Rakshasa. I think we can declare the winner here. Sharing drinks with the elder, the Hexenclad, and the head of the stall rider was certainly unforgettable. I'm just sorry it ended so soon. You're right about that. Now that I declare the winner of this round to be General Le Guin. Group 2, Cecile, Lucy, and Adele. The contest starts out with happy drinking and chatting, but before long... I can't drink anymore. I know, I've certainly had my fill of alcohol for a while. I'd love to talk more, but I don't think I can keep going in this contest. Oh my, well that is an awful shame. But you shouldn't push yourselves too hard. You 3 didn't go as hard as the first group, but you held your drinks down quite well all the same. It was a good try, Lucy. Who would have thought Adele was such a hard drinker, though? Yeah, I can't say I'm not too surprised. That said, I can officially announce that Adele is our round 2 winner. Group 3, Sarah, Scheherazade, and Sharon. This ends at sunrise, I assume. Scheherazade had already been drinking, so it didn't take long before she lagged behind Sharon and Sarah. I drank too much. I could swear my brain's trying to convince me I ain't a sitting right across the table, so I'll have to call it quits here. Hey, Sharon, what gives? Please be gentle, thief. You drank all that booze and you ain't even a little worse off? Explain yourself. I don't so much have an explanation, if I may be honest. With Scheherazade having quit now, it'd be my pleasure to pour all the alcohol we have left for you, Lady Sarah. Bring it on, I'll drink it, no big deal. My, but you don't look too well, Lady Sarah. You don't have to keep going, you know. Shut up. I've got to beat you. I can't lose now. Crack open that bottle. I don't want any doubts of my glorious victory. I don't think this one will be enough. At this rate, we may keep going for another 10. 10 full bottles, Lady Sarah. To be honest, I'm not sure this much is enough to judge if you're as strong as I know or not. I think you should throw in the towel, Sarah. You gave it your best shot. There are just some drinkers out there that transcend what we mortals can grasp. No, it can't end here. I refuse to accept that. Well, I'm just gonna call it that Sharon's the winner on this one. From there, the winners of the 3 groups began the final round. They continued to drink hard alcohol as if it was water. Time passed without a clear winner. They're gonna run out of booze, aren't they? Never drank so much before. It turns out I'm much stronger than I estimated. I think some sweeter alcohol would make for a nice change of pace. Well, I don't think we're gonna have a winner anytime soon. Excuse me, this is all the alcohol we have for the contest. We still have some other customers, so I was hoping you might call it a night here. Of course, sorry for exhausting so much of your supply. I think we're gonna have to declare it a draw between these 3. That's a shame, but if we're out, then we're out. I did really want to see Adele drunk, but what can you do? There'll be another chance, but these 3 seem undefeatable. Next time we should get the guys involved too. Agreed, next time we should invite Wallace. Maybe Master Rean and Lady Elisa will take part next time as well. I think I'd be knocked out before everyone else even got started. Just get a look at the rest of the competition. Wonder if we should have stopped them while they're ahead. So remember, roll them on their stomachs if you want them to survive the night. I don't feel so well. Someone bring me water. You know, I need to head to little Sword Maiden's room. Nothing good ever comes of ignoring your limits. How are you feeling, Cecile? I'm fine, I'm just worried about everyone else. I gave all the medicine I had on hand, but it doesn't seem like it was enough. What about you, Sarah? You okay? We've still got a little booze left, shouldn't let it go to waste. Scheherazade, give it a break already. Everyone smells so much like alcohol. So, keep any lit matches away from that area, just for, precaution. But we have such a big day tomorrow. I hope they don't get too messed up from all that drinking. Some of them obviously drink way over their limits. I think they should at least get some rest as soon as possible. I wouldn't worry too much about that. Your Highness, now that you mention, you did say you had some kind of contingency plan, right? That's right, I assumed that something like this might come to pass. So Rosie and some other familiar faces aided me in whipping up this special concoction. This medicine is amazing. Feels like it's actually washing the alcohol out of my system. So this must be the Diaset's secret I've heard tell about. The Septian Church has some nifty little formulas under its belt. So this is what you used before when you were drinking with Aina. Yes, if you take a dosage before drinking, you won't get swept up in the throes of inebriation even a bit. Of course, it's also effective if you take it after the deed's been done. Perhaps with this remedy on my side, I could challenge you again, Shara. You know, I think we've all had enough drinking contests now. Either way, thanks for the help, Your Highness. Of course, I have no doubt they would have recovered with a mere good night's sleep. However, I want everyone to enjoy this night to its fullest. You should do the same, Rean. Enjoy yourself while you can. Thank you, I will. That actually is a real medicine, I believe. I don't know what it is. I highly, highly doubt it's over the counter, but yeah, it can sober you up almost instantly. So we get a ticket, Thor's Unity, Sarah Note. So confident, you know, I didn't think anyone could reach my level when it came to drinking. Losing despite being the one who brought up the contest in the first place is just the lamest thing. You did have some really tough competition. From my perspective, all the participants are serious heavyweights to a worrying level. I'll take that as a compliment. Anyway, thanks to His Highness's efforts, all the alcohol's out of my system, so it's time to start drinking from the beginning. Though maybe I should avoid causing any more problems for the establishment. Can't win them all. Guess I could choke down a nearby beer or something. Just try not to overdo things, okay? Truthfully, I didn't think I would be able to drink nearly that much. I'm interested in discovering what the true limits of my tolerance are, but we'll just leave that as something to look forward to once we overcome what awaits us tomorrow. I'd like to see myself, honestly. Then it's a promise, Master Rean. Perhaps at that time you'll truly be my master. I hope that day will come too. Well, in that case, I waited eagerly. So let's talk to Cecile real quick. Okay, it might just be those two have a different set of lines. So real quick, let's report this. I don't remember how close I am to... Ooh, we're 4 off.
You truly are a horned lion of Thor's. Your reward.
Gold
Courtesy
wing.
of the... Oh my. Seems you had it tough. Until next...
Break damage 50%, not too bad, but the stats are really lackluster for the stage of the game. Then I need to remember quick caliber 5... What is Emma running? I don't know if it stacks or how it even stacks with anything else. She loses power, but I don't know. Like, I'd probably take this off for it if I were going to use her, but I don't know what's going to happen. Okay, so with this, that is everything, so we need to start burning our tickets. So I'm going to put a break while I try to get ready to record a lot. I'll see you guys in a second. It's probably even going to be a different video. I don't know how this is going to fit, but we'll figure it out.